All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Break the Rules stream. I am Lev Polyakov, Lev Po on Twitter. We are joined today with the great astrologer Michael Scotto, the beautiful fry-eating Brittany Venti, and we should be joined by Effina Hyatt shortly as well. So for those who don't know, this is going to be the astrology stream. All the people who have not subscribed, keep subscribing, yada, yada, yada. But the difference here is that we are going to get Brittany's fortune told by Michael here. And after that, Athena's going to come in and we're going to get her fortune told. And after that, it's going to be you guys. So if you want your fortune, your astrology chart told on the air, what you have to do is number one, send a super chat, and it's going to be in an auction form. So basically, what that means is you see that little thing over here on the side of the screen. We have about 6 entries, so that's like 10-minute fortunes for each, 6 entries, and the super chat minimum is $5. But obviously it could be more, so if you get $20, you're going to be higher up in the list. If you get $30, even higher, so on and so forth. So send the super chats, and if, let's say, you're going to be number 7 instead of number 6, don't fret, because Michael is going to do your fortune offline, so you're going to get a fortune regardless. But anyway, before we get started, I just want to ask Brittany, how's everything going? Just let us know what's going on in your life right now, and if there are any videos people should watch from Brittany Venti.
Um, well, recently I made a video about why I chose to now abstain, which I have been for the past year. But I just now made a video about it.
Oh, by the way, you're a bit far from the mic.
Oh, all right. I turned it up a bit. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So I made a video about abstaining, even though I have been doing it the past year already. That got a really polarized response. You know, some people just want you to keep making the same mistake over and over anyway. So I don't think that really makes sense. I think you should try to better yourself and reach your goals. And mine is to have a romantic relationship that turns into a loving marriage with eternal love and our souls bound for eternity. So that's what I want. And I feel like a lot of people are upset about that because it's like, oh no, she won't have sex with me now. And it's like, that was never on the table, hunty.
Well,
Yeah.
that's awfully. You never know. There may be some super Chad among your simp cottage who would want to, maybe if he feels that there is a chance. Although now there's going to be more of an emphasis on that Chad to get better and ready for you, to actually get married. Like, do you see any material from the people who are within your circle, like people who may become a potential Mr. Venti? And by the way, is it going to be Mr. Venti or is it going to be Mrs. Simp or whoever it's?
It's funny you say that because I was thinking about that the other day because it's becoming a trend on TikTok. They're like, why should you give away your last name when you work so hard? Some women there, they become doctors and it's like, well, why should they have the guy's last name when he didn't earn the degree and stuff like that? And I've been thinking about it. And there are some good points to be made about the female not taking the last name because it's like the woman is the one who makes the baby. So logically, if anything, the baby should get her last name. But honestly, I think I would just stick to tradition because it doesn't really have to make sense for it to work. If it works, it just does. So I don't really think it's a big deal. I'd take the last name. Unless it's really bad and ugly.
Interesting. And Michael, any thoughts on that before we get started?
I see it in the chart.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then let's
really?
get right into it then. And again, for all those who are tuning in, send the super chats our way, and you are going if you want to get your fortune told. Oh, and lastly, when you send in the super chats, DM me on Twitter at LevPo with your birthday, date, and location, because those three are needed to, and time. Thank you, Brittany, to determine the fortune. So anyway, without further ado, go for it, Michael, and everybody subscribe.
Yeah, so for this reading, I'm not going to be showing the chart, but in other readings, we will share the chart. We're going to keep Brittany a secret. All right, so let me start off by saying, well, what can we say about the lovely Brittany? She is extremely stubborn. She's not going to listen. She has to do things her own way. She's here to be the underdog, to kind of gather people together and say, let's be weird, let's do things differently, let's buck the trend. And this is like, I would say this is kind of the strongest quality in her chart overall, and it's pretty strong. It's like it's there. It's almost, I would say it's pretty loud, in terms of, and also I'd say that she's very objective. So you're not really gonna get, let's say, the feely side out of her, at least not publicly. So what you are gonna get is you're gonna get objectivity. You're gonna get kind of cold, calculating logic, and maybe a kind of a different train of thought than others.
All I heard was big dick energy.
Big dick energy. Well, it is. I will say that what I'm talking about is actually a masculine. There's a lot more masculine in this chart than there is feminine by far. Like,
Yeah, I feel that.
Overwhelming, like 80% maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, close to the order of like 80-90% masculine, aka big dick energy on this chart. So the thing about Brittany is you're always going to kind of get, you're not really going to get like a very emotionally expressive face from her. She's a very serious or very by the book, or kind of what you see is what you get. She's here to do work. She's here to do a lot of work, and she's here to accomplish her mission, is one way I would say that. She has an issue of fighting with people.
I'm being exposed. Well, it's not like everyone didn't already know that, though.
And by the way, Effina is joining us as well. Welcome, Effina. We're just doing Brittany's fortune right now, and we're going to get to yours right afterwards. So, Michael, go for it.
Yeah, so I would definitely say here, imagine if someone locked you in a room and basically said, you can't do anything for like a year, and then someone finally let you out of that room. That is kind of what's going on in this chart. It's like this very like, let me out, get out of my way. Kind of, I've been pent up. I'm gonna, now just get out of my way, essentially. And there's a lot of endurance in this chart. So I would not try to out-argue Brittany, because she will probably last longer than you in an argument. And like, she's kind of used to people saying no, people saying, hey, you can't do that. And she's like, I'm going to keep doing it. And so she has a lot of endurance, and she's very opinionated. So she wants to get across her beliefs. She wants to say, this is what I believe. She wants to talk about what she believes with other people. But she is, she's not afraid to get on the attack. She's not afraid to kind of push her views, if you will. And the other thing is she has a strong potential to gather a lot of people. So there's a lot of media attention on her. Either media attention, definitely, yeah. A lot of media attention here. Also ability to kind of get people to show up in groups. Pretty strong there. She does have feelings, but you're not going to see them unless you know her personally. Let's see. So, yeah. So it's interesting. So, what's the word for someone who's not current? Because I don't know what you mean by the word abstain. I think I know what you mean. Can you be a little more explicit?
Abstaining from sex.
So does that mean like under what condition are you abstaining, basically?
Until marriage.
Okay. So it's interesting that you say that, because you have a transit going on here, which let's call it the planet of restriction, is making a very close aspect to the planet that has to do with your relationships. So when we see this, people get really serious or really mature about relationships. So things that aren't either, And I want to say that this is an exact degree. It's not like slightly off. It's like literally the same exact number, which is really interesting. So it's exactly the time that you would say something like that. I had another client. She had a relationship end, and then kind of maybe like a new one start. So it's a time when people. So the two words to combine would be relationship and seriousness, or relationship and maturity. So that would make a lot of sense if you were abstaining at this time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so you're kind of like reevaluating your approach to relationship, and also kind of like what you value. So those two things are together. So kind of what the person that you end up with is the person that has the same values as you. So those two things are under review right now. So you're kind of starting a new chapter in your relationship life.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, and so the other thing I'd say is maybe in mid 2018, you kind of started a new cycle in your life where maybe you started something new, like a new identity. And you've been working on that new identity for the past couple, maybe 3 years or so. And you're kind of heading, maybe I'd say in 2 or 3 years from now, towards solidifying what this new identity that you've been working on.
Damn, I'm a late bloomer, huh?
Well, it says it right there. Yeah. So this is so sometimes we say that in the chart, which is you don't want to have that kind of transit too late in life. So if you had it when you're 40, that would suck because you're going to rewire your life in your 40s and have a midlife crisis. So you kind of had a midlife crisis, but more 3 years ago it started. And but it's coming, it's more calming down now, if you will.
I'm blossoming.
Yes.
See, guys, I haven't hit the wall. Astrology says so.
She has not hit the wall. She's just starting. I'm not just saying that to be nice. So I would almost disregard anything.
Peaking.
Yeah, I would almost disregard anything that happened before 2018 in a way. And not that it doesn't matter or anything, but it's not really part of this cycle. So whatever you've been doing in the past 3 years are the things that's going to matter over the next 30 years.
Wow, 30?
Or 27 to be precise. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're kind of getting hints about the direction that you're moving in life right now. So wait, when did you start your social media stuff? I'm curious.
So I'm 24 now, and I started when I was 17. So you'd have to do the math for that.
Mm-hmm. And
I was born in February.
Yeah, so I'm curious if anything that started to happen in 2018, maybe 2019, any changes?
Well, those years don't really mean anything to me because I don't really count it in years. I guess I kind of count it by kind of self-centered sort of way to do it. But I calculate it by how old was I rather than what year was it.
Mm-hmm. I think you would have been maybe 21 or so. You're 20. You said 24 now, right?
Yeah. I already had my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so probably 2021. I'd be curious what was going on at that time.
My channel definitely changed somewhere around there, I think. I think I had removed from politics a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you kind of changed the direction of your social media at that time. I mean, I guess that's where I'm heading with that.
I think so, but I would have to look up the year. Like I said, I don't keep track of it by year. Because I keep track of time a little bit weirder than other people because other people, they're able to a lot better because they have things more relative to it because they have normal jobs, right? So they're oh, it's Monday the 18th or whatever. But for me, I'm I don't even know what day it is sometimes. I'm oh, is it the weekend? So.
Yeah. And let's see. So there's been some, let's see.
And by the way, while Michael is thinking, I just want to say once again, what I did not say before is if you want to also appear live with Brittany Venti and with Effina Hyatt on the stream right now. Oh, and we just got our first $10 super chat from Laney, who says, I'll bite. I want my chart looked at. So, Laney, thank you so much. Be sure to DM me on Twitter with all the details. I will send those to Michael, and we will go from there. So there we go. We have Laney. She's going to be the first one, but if you want to beat her, if you want to be higher up on the list, then send us more than $10. Otherwise, if you send us $5, you're going to go after her, and so on and so forth. So anyway, yeah.
My manager just confirmed. He messaged me on Discord, and he said, can confirm we started changing things on March of 2018.
Nice. That's what we want to see. So that was kind of your new identity, right? And now you're rolling with that identity. And like I said, what did we say? You haven't peaked yet, right? You haven't hit the.
Yeah.
We say. So yeah, that I can confirm that. There's more to come, and you're just getting started. Is the way I would put it.
Yeah. So get used to it, guys. Get used to me. Get comfortable.
Brittany has a very strong personality, a strong sense of self. There's people who don't have a strong sense of self. Maybe they project it on other people. That's not the case here. So in a way, she's, you kind of have to look at her as an example of an individual.
And I am curious how Effina Hyatt is going to do in comparison to Brittany as far as their differences. So let's see. I think right now it's 6:22. We started a little bit later, so we have 15 minutes for each person. How much time? I think it's been more or less 15 minutes, so we could go to Effina right now.
Well, I just want to check. Do you have any questions, Brittany?
Yes.
Or are you good?
I think some future predictions would be nice.
Okay. Well, I think, hold on, let me check here. So I think an interesting date to pay attention to is going to be maybe like March 2022. I think March and April 2022 would be interesting. I think you'll be kind of even more strongly formulating your identity and kind of getting more serious about how you're going to scale your business or scale what matters to you.
Okay. I wrote the dates down.
Yeah. So definitely next year for you is pretty, and also I think you might have a strong spiritual experience at that time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. That one's going to be pretty big, I think. And, it's also got, I mean, this is too far out, but it's going to be interesting, say like in 2025 and going for maybe the next couple of years after that. You have some pretty strong major changes going on at that time.
What kind of changes? Like good, bad?
It's kind of like a death and rebirth type of situation.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But it's too far away to really say what that's going to be. But for in the near term, definitely look for next year, early next year. I think that'll pay attention. And I'm also curious to hear more about this abstaining, or because I do, the fact that you're saying that during this transit makes a lot of sense. So I wonder like what shape that'll take. And it's going to make one more hit. So you might reevaluate it, or you might get more serious about it.
And by the way, I also heard that the kind of the opposite of that, sort of not abstaining, but abstaining, which is what Epstein used to do on his island, as I heard. Like, he used to get massages and have business calls. Like, he, did not finish, but he kind of kept that erotic energy in and used it for all his business meetings. So it has nothing to do, although it may have something to do with astrology, I don't know. But I just think that that's very interesting how people end up utilizing sexual energy. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Thank you for the burp, and on to Brittany.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just open this. Let me just put this in here, and then we'll get going. But okay, so so this one I can share, right?
Yes, I believe Effina, Michael could share your chart, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
You're not scared of the witches getting ducks.
or the jinn or whatever. I don't know. What's the equivalent? Is it sorcerers? I think it's called sorcerers in Islam, right? Like they would be the equivalent of the witches.
I would say so, yeah.
Hold on. So we have, is it Kuwait? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not a big area, so I'm just going to put in a random city. Just a second.
And while he's doing that, everybody subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Patreon.com/breaktherules. I'm going to post that link as well. And Michael, I'm going to be sending all the people who are super chatting their information your way as well as you keep doing this right now. So again, thank you everybody for watching, for being here. I really appreciate Brittany, Effina. I feel like, I don't know what I feel. I feel amazing that you guys are here watching this and you guys are here with me. So Michael, how's it looking?
Hold on. Just one.
We are also on all the audio platforms. We are on iTunes, so give us 5-star ratings there. We are on, what's that other one that's not iTunes, but the popular one? Spotify. We are on Spotify. We are everywhere, and we are growing thanks to your help. So I really appreciate it. And Michael, how's it going on your end right now, brother?
I'm just taking extra effort to make sure that I don't share Brittany's chart. So
see, this is how committed Michael is to protecting your well-being, Brittany. So we don't get the sorcerers on you.
Okay, yeah, you gotta have the client privacy when it's requested. Okay, I'm ready.
Yes, perfect.
Okay,
Let's go for it.
Sharing. Oh, you gotta give me the screen share.
Oh, okay. I thought I did. Okay, I guess I didn't. Here we go. Go for it.
Okay, go to screen share. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
This. Okay. All right. All right. So this is the Effina chart. So I got this right, July 2nd, 1998. We got Kuwait time, 7:15 p.m.
Yes.
All right. All right. Now this is interesting. First off the bat, because we have yet another Capricorn ascendant, and Brittany has similar to that. I have this. And so there's just a lot of Capricorn energy going on. But people are Capricorn, by the way, I think if you look at the way that I'm dressed, that's what a Capricorn ascendant looks like. They're more formal, they're more serious, they're more business. They're down for business. That's the word when we're talking about a Capricorn ascendant. And again, so it's funny when I see these charts, especially BTR stream charts, I always see a little rebel going on. So we have Neptune and Uranus in the first house in Aquarius. So we got some rebellious and spiritual energy going on with the identity of Effina. Also stubborn, also going to do things her own way. But then, so the interesting thing about this chart is that this is what we call a splay chart. So it's all over the place. There's no clear clustering in any direction. So this means that she's someone who's kind of, you could say she's multifaceted. Her attention goes in a lot of directions. So this is the kind of chart of someone who can combine multiple things. Like they're like, oh, I combined scuba diving and Instagram and programming or something like random stuff, and just combine it together because her interests are spread out. So this means she's gonna. You could also say there's kind of a little bit of ADD going on because of being kind of put in all different directions. So another one that's on this chart is valuing of the family and traditions. And we're going to say that because there's Saturn and Taurus right down there in the descendant. So kind of her history and where she came from and traditions and stuff is going to matter a lot. Maybe strongly influenced either by the mother or the father in one way. I
would say father.
Okay, yeah. So this could be, let's see, one. I'm going to say it might have been a little bit of difficult relationship with the father.
No, I would say with my mom when I was a teenager for sure, but my relationship with my dad has always been really good.
Well, I guess what I'm looking at is kind of like the sense of like restriction.
Yes, for sure, because he's Muslim.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of restriction.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Yeah. There's that sense of conservatism. So has a strong influence on your life and provides both a strong structure, but at the same time is a little bit stultifying, right? So this is the chart of someone who wants to branch out in all directions, right? You don't want to just go down like one path and like, yeah, I'm just going to continue to do like the tradition or whatever. But you want to see what's around the block. You want to see what's down the street. But at the same time, there's very strong rooting in the traditions and the culture going on here. And there's two things that say that. So we have the Saturn and the descendant. So that's going to be this thing down here. Like I said, it's the ruler of the chart, so it's strongly influenced by the past. But the other thing is that you're also a sun in Cancer, and that is essentially the same thing, because the fourth house is Cancer, and the sun in Cancer is the sun is probably like the most important planet, but again, you know, it has that same fourth house. Cancer rules the past, so you're probably into history, things that have to do with history, either your personal history, either the history of your culture, your family, your roots. So there's a lot
For
of
sure, yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Let's see. Okay, so you love people who could express themselves through writing, or people who can who are able to communicate in a kind of dynamic or theatrical way. Maybe people who could like sing or have like some kind of artistic talent might be people that you get along with. And let's see. So you're definitely someone who's very curious, very curious. You again, there's multiple elements. So that Venus in Gemini, Mars in Gemini. So that again is, so by the way, Gemini is in the ADD type of thing. You're just like, oh, I want to look at this, I want to look at this. So, you know, going back and forth. And I think also when it comes to relationship, like if I would combine the signs and say, you want a guy who's like secure and caring, but at the same time has his own ADD and is like very curious and very talkative.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you might have some tendency to kind of get your head lost in the clouds, and you're trying to become more material, more specific.
Actually, that's scary, because that's what I've been going through recently. I feel like I've been all over the place and I'm trying to focus on one thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I said, in general, your biggest challenge is ADD, hands down. So if someone says to you, like, you should just do one thing, that's the wrong advice. The right advice is, how are you going to combine a bunch of stuff to do something that someone hasn't done before? So, for example, not to brag, but, you know, in my book collection, I have many books of many different types of very different categories, you know, everything from astrology to finance to psychology, whatever it is. So, you know, how can you find like different things about yourself or things that are, and just combine them into like one product, right? So the thing is like, so first off, definitely recommend travel. So any kind of travel, any kind of, like you have to kind of follow your curiosity enough and then learn how to take the curiosity and wrap it in a stream.
I've been to over 20 countries, I think.
Yeah. So Gemini loves to travel, yeah.
Yeah.
How did that work with the traveling? Was it work related? Was it just wanting to go and see different cultures? What was the impetus?
Just wanting to go see different cultures, I would say. Since I turned 18, I've been traveling a lot. I mean, I can't travel right now, but I would say 18 to 21, I've traveled like every chance I got, just to see the world and see different cultures. Because Kuwait is like so dogmatic when it comes to the culture that I wanted to know what was outside.
So you're kind of like Jasmine from Aladdin. Would you say that's a appropriate description?
You know, I mean, not to that extent, because I did travel with my family as a kid, but I wanted to do it alone and have that freedom. I mean, I guess Jasmine was the same. She wanted to have her own freedom as well.
Have you considered something like traveling and writing down people's culture or history, something like that?
No, I haven't. I haven't done that really.
Like, I guess like something I would see in this chart is like you're going around, you're exploring, and you're learning about people's culture. I think like what are their traditions and like what makes them them. I think that might be something interesting for you.
Well, also, this is not related to astrology per se, but So What Is Back has the comment, what was the best and the worst country, I wonder?
The best, I would say,
USA, USA, USA.
the US has actually been the best to live in long term.
There we go.
I love it here, but to visit, I would say Italy. And the worst, I would say Sweden.
Wow.
And you are a big fan of Alexander Bard. I wonder if both of you share in the same...
I don't think he's a big fan of Sweden either.
Exactly. So you probably do see Sweden in the same way, but why? What is it about Sweden that you don't like? And also I want to ask Brittany as well if she's traveled and what her best and worst countries are, and then we're going to get right back into the astrology.
I didn't like how boring it was, and I didn't like how the social culture was. Like, people weren't as friendly as they are in, let's say, Iran or Italy, where people are just warm and they talk to you and they want to get to know you and they're curious because you're like an outsider. In Sweden, people just kept to themselves and it was so hard to make friends. And I was in Sweden for like a year, I think. But it was like, I don't know, it was boring. There wasn't much to do. I spoke Arabic more than I spoke English, which was weird because most of the people there seem to know Arabic.
Well, just goes to show you with the immigration and all that. And Brittany, what about you? Which is your... And by the way, how was that burger?
It was okay. They gave me extra food for some reason. I ordered chicken parm and they gave me a burger with it. So yeah.
Well, the stars are already working in your favor, I see. So, best country, worst country. Have you been to any...
No, I've only been to like Jamaica and the Bahamas. So I don't know if that really counts.
Well, which is better and worse, Jamaica or Bahamas?
Jamaica was better. But I stayed inside the resort, so...
really fun.
I don't know if that counts though when people go into the resorts, because the resorts are kind of like countries of their own in a way, right? Like they're not exactly the same as the authentic Jamaican experience. But either way, let's get back into the astrology. Michael, anything else regarding Effina's situation, future with Effina's married, by the way, in case you didn't know. So as far as anything happening with anything down the line regarding that or family things, anything like that?
Well, I was just going to say, well, not related to that, I was going to say that she definitely appreciates a sense of aesthetics. She appreciates beauty, harmony, peace, things like this. And it looks like she has like either an intense relationship or she gets involved in intense relationships, maybe with the public. I'm not sure if this is with the partner, but there's definitely some sense of like an intense relationship here.
I would say passionate more than intense.
Yeah. And I'm curious if you've been thinking about money recently.
Yes, I have actually, because certain things have happened where I need to start thinking about saving up money and all of that, like being an adult. So it's been, I've been thinking about money a lot.
So if you think about Brittany getting serious about relationships and abstaining, that's kind of like you with money right now. You're getting serious about money.
I want to stop relying on my parents when it comes to my income. That's been the goal this year.
That makes a lot of sense.
Or relying on my husband.
Yes. That makes sense.
I'm interested to know, to just make it a little more spicy, and feel free to do it with my chart too, but like bad aspects, like not just like the good ones, because I feel like that's one of my complaints of modern astrology is just like, I kind of wanted to see the bad stuff too.
Well, you don't have. Let's start. Who do I?
You don't have any. You don't have any bad stuff, Brittany.
Well, okay, so like I said, I think a lot of it would be kind of what I said, but in reverse. So, so for example, I was talking about ADD. So that's the greatest strength in this chart, but it's also the greatest weakness by far. So, if Athena doesn't, tie it down, she can just kind of wander around without like any direction.
That's very true. What about in regards to like my emotions and stuff like that?
Like I said, like when I said intense relationship, maybe there's too much passion, could be one way. Like an explosive passion could be not the greatest aspect. And then another one would definitely, like I said, feeling weighed down. So weighed down by your past or your culture.
I feel like I've gotten over that now.
Well, it's something that's always there. I think it might have been kind of tough, maybe like in the beginning of this year or maybe a little bit of last year.
Last year, definitely.
Yeah. And I think that maybe that has kind of passed for now, but it will come up later, like maybe, but years from now.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe like when you're like 30, yeah.
Most Arab women, I would say, is being weighed down by the culture.
And do you plan on having a family?
Yes.
In the near future or later future?
Near future.
So yeah, so that's definitely tied to the sense of money. And I think that, so if we're talking about having a family in the next like 2 or 3 years, is that what the range you're thinking? Okay. There's definitely going to be some money issues.
Yeah, see, now we're getting into the nitty gritty, and that's helpful to know because it helps character development.
Yeah, so there'll be money issues, and I think so when you're I think when you're, this is like I said, a little out there. I mean, you're going to be like 29, 30 basically by the time that happens. So this is a little way out. But when you have what we call the Saturn return in 2027, 2028, definitely your past and your culture is going to come up. And also there'll be restrictions in terms of like maybe the size of your house or kind of like reevaluating where you came from, maybe like issues with your father maybe at the time. But that's like that's really far out. So I wouldn't think about it right now. I think you will get some money in maybe, what is that? I guess, yeah, maybe like a couple of months from now. Yeah, early April 2022, you'll probably get some money. But then after the money, you'll have to get like serious. After you get the money, you'll have to get like serious about how to use the money.
I see.
Yeah. And let's see, what would be the eclipse for you? Yes. I am curious, did anything happen? I think it was like late May. Anything with your relationship or anything?
Late May?
Yeah.
This year or when?
Yeah. Yeah, like it would have been this year.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, sometimes I ask people stuff and they like don't remember. But
By the way, Michael, is there any way to move the window a little bit more to the right side so I can have? There we go. Perfect. Okay, now there's room for the chat. No, even more to the right. Even more to the right. The air. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, let me move this. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, that would have been.
And everybody subscribe, as always. I have to fill in these gaps of time by saying subscribe, Patreon. We are on all the platforms. We are on YouTube. We are on BitChute. We are on Odyssey. This is simultaneously streaming on DLive, on Odyssey, on YouTube. So follow us everywhere and keep follow. Even Facebook for all the boomers out there. We are on Facebook. And
all the boomers.
yes. What we need to. Yeah, we need to. uh, get some money from the boomers as well. So all the boomers out there, you may have lived a long life, but I'm sure that you have like the next 10 years or so to really show the world what you're about. So Michael's going to let you know if you're going to do that, or if actually what I was curious about is death. Can you predict if somebody's going to die? Because certain people's, like...
So I did look at like some celebrities and when they died and stuff. Say for example when Kanye West's mom died, that was kind of, you could see it, but it's not so obvious. Like the transits are there, but it could be something else. It could just be an intense experience. You might not necessarily die.
So what you were trying to say earlier is that I'm gonna die in a few years, but you sugarcoated it.
No, I did not say you're gonna die.
A death and a rebirth.
Well, it might feel like you're dying.
Like a good death and rebirth, like a phoenix.
Yes, that's yeah. Yes.
A phoenix.
But
yeah, I'm glad you got
might
that.
also die.
And is that how it usually works? Like if there was somebody, let's say, whose fortune you read, who ended up passing away the next year, would their fortune say, well, when you're going to be 50, like this awesome thing is going to happen to you? Or like, how would the chart even show those kind of conclusions if that person's going to buy the farm a year from now?
So death can show up in a chart in a number of different ways. But it's always different. It's never like the same exact angles involved or the same exact planets involved. So it's something that's like very serious. So we try not to like even if it looks like someone's gonna die, we don't say, hey, you're gonna die, because you can't really call it with 100% accuracy. But when you see that someone has died and you look back at the chart, you can kind of see like, okay, that it makes sense. It's never that it's just like random for the most part.
It is over.
Would you like to know when you die, Brittany and Effina, if you were given the choice?
No.
I think what Lev is trying to tell you is that he wants to know when you're going to die because he's a Scorpio or double Scorpio, and Scorpio is the planet of death. So he's very interested in death and sex and maybe taxes as well.
I mean, look, we're going to, if there is going to be time, we could go through my chart as well. But we do have good people who paid good money to get theirs as well.
Let's get to those randos. Let's do it.
Here we are. All right, perfect. And let me reset up this thing as well. Get rid of this chat over here. Okay, so first one is Laney. So Laney, Brittany, you know Laney, right?
Yeah, she's a member of the Discord. The community knows her. Beloved member.
I love
her and her boyfriend as well. So don't you simps try anything.
Well, how do I get the info here?
I send it to you on Facebook.
All right.
Everything is in order. That is the first one. And also, while we're here, I just want to say to everybody, we have 3 people who have sent in super chats. We have room for 3 more people for this broadcast today. So if you want to come in here, and if you actually want to participate live with us via Zoom, Laney is okay. She does not need to be here live with us, as I found out from her. But in general, if you want to appear live, let us, message me, and I'll message you the link to the Zoom thing. So there we go.
For the Laney, if she has a birth time, can she send that over? She did send in the city.
Let's see. That is a good question. I thought that she did send in the birth time. Let me take a look what exactly is going on with that. So, it's at 1:49 a.m.
1 second. Those ones with the birth time are way easier to read. I mean, it just makes my life easier. Okay. All right. So I think I'm good to share. This is the Laney chart. So let me hold on. March 17th, 2000, Garden City, Michigan, 1:49 a.m.
And Brittany, I would also love your input as well as Effina's on this. So here we go. This is Laney.
This is the Laney. Laney. Well, the short answer is she's not going to get anywhere in life without embracing her emotions. Maybe something like her emotions in terms of expression, personal expression. So like, yeah, basically finding those things, like her deep feelings and beliefs about them, and being able to channel them, and channel them through, another thing would be, there's a lot of channeling going on here. So there's a lot of like sensitivity. So one word would be like, or one sentence would be like tapping into the tapping into like the spirit, or something like that, if you want to call that. So this is a person that is going to need slow time to kind of meditate, or time to themselves to create. There's a lot of creativity here. Yeah, a lot. So I definitely recommend some kind of musical outlet, some kind of artistic outlet, anything where the sensitivity can be channeled. Um, this is also the chart of someone who wants to talk about the real stuff, the psychology, the like the kind of the deep feelings. So there's a lot of unconscious going on in this chart. So there's a lot of like the things that are unsaid, or the things that one should like paying attention to the metaphysical, if you will.
Can you read about her love life? Because her boyfriend is definitely listening. So I'm interested to know as well.
And also Hixson, the great producer Hixson, Brittany, he just sent a $10 super chat, so he gets right to the front of the line right after Laney. Thank you so much,
Super
Hixson.
chats. Wow. Well, a relationship for her should be one of, I want to use the word sacrifice, or one that is extremely empathetic, extremely feely, one of service, one that involves spirituality as well. There's definitely a strong spiritual element in the relationship as well. So this is or she might just drink a lot or do drugs.
She definitely has that in some nights on Discord. She's drinking. So.
Okay, yeah. So there might be a drinking problem here.
Damn, he called you out, Laney.
So what happens is the Pisces energy is so sensitive that they can't handle it, so they kind of numb themselves with the alcohol. One thing that's good for her would be just like go to the fucking beach and just sit there, like at the beach, at a lake, any body of water. Either living by the water could be healthy. Don't live like in some deep landlocked area. Like definitely get to the water, go in the ocean, go swim around, etc. It should feel like pretty natural.
Can you give her a love prediction as well? Like we understand now what would be good for her relationship wise, but I'm interested to know the future aspects. Like when does she peak relationship wise? And I know sometimes in charts you can tell like even what kind of person they end up with depending on certain houses and where their moon placement is. So, or like not moon placement in particular, but in my chart it was that, but in other people's something else.
She needs a relationship with not a lot of boundaries. So like where her and the other person are kind of like one, like there's not a lot of boundaries between them. So they might do drugs together, they might drink a lot together, they might do some ocean like water activities. It's definitely, she's definitely better in a relationship that takes a while to ramp up. I think maybe sexually she's a little quick, but I think emotionally she needs more time. So, like she's quick to act, but at the same time, because she's got this sensitivity, or she loses herself in the relationship, she needs to like slow down, basically. Because it's hard for her to separate from the other person, like because of the lack of boundaries. And then let's see. I didn't even get into the Sagittarius. She probably loves nature. She either loves nature or she loves money, one or the other. She probably has an affinity for material things, and she's very optimistic. She's very yeah, she's very positive on the outside. She's very joyous. She doesn't walk around. She doesn't walk around all miserable and stuff. She's very like fiery and expressive and like happy to see you kind of vibes going on. But she's got that deep sensitivity, and she's also a bit private. She, and she, like I said, she needs time.
Laney writes, by the way, in the chat, absolute zero sex drive.
Absolute zero sex drive. She might want to uncover it. I mean, with the Mars, well, maybe her boyfriend has a high sex drive. If she's projecting it on the boyfriend.
Cyber Ninja Zero writes, poor boyfriend, R.I.P. for that homie.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the boyfriend has high sex drive. I mean, either that or she's attracted to athletic men or masculine men. Like she kind of like she
coming
would...
for you.
Hmm?
You're coming for her.
Oh, so yeah, so maybe like she would like it'd be funny. I feel like she would be attracted to, who's that like swimming guy, that swimming athlete guy?
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I feel like she would be attracted to Michael Phelps. Like someone's like athletic, but is also like a swimmer or does something like is associated with water sports or something, or is also sensitive, like aggressive and sensitive.
Water sports means something else on the internet.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm plugged in.
It means it's something furries often practice. They like pee on each other with their fursuits on.
Oh.
Imagine being the poor dry cleaning people having to receive that.
They have entire comic books dedicated to explaining it. Don't worry. And they get paid thousands a month on Patreon.
I wouldn't completely put that past her. I mean, she might like that. Based on his chart. But yeah, she's very serious about romance. I can tell you that.
Can you tell us about her Saturn return?
Yeah, it's gonna involve romance. So her love life will be put to the test. Either that or whatever art project that she's working on. I assume she has some kind of artistic talent.
Around when?
29-30. She's got she's got a while. I wouldn't worry about the Saturn return just yet. She's probably more concerned with money at this point. And then also when Saturn goes to her Venus, that'll be another relationship test. But that's not until like 2023. Yeah, she won't see that until 2023. So I don't worry about that just yet. Oh, you know what might not be a fun day for her? It hasn't happened yet, but she's not going to be having a great time on March 2022.
So the opposite of me. You told me March 2022 would be great for me, but for her, it's like...
No. She's going to feel emotionally restricted. She's going to feel blocked, like maybe something going on at home, or maybe somebody died, or... By the way, I'm curious if death is like is a recurrent theme in her life. Does she know that people who died or anything like that?
Yeah, I think her dad died.
Yeah, so Sun in Pisces, by the way, so Sun is the father, and when we have a lot of Pisces there, so Pisces is kind of like a fog. So that's another thing I would say about a Pisces is they're kind of always like in a fog, like they're always feeling lost. So in this case, it would be like the father is a fog, the father's a ghost, if you will. Yeah. So
Another good one.
Amazing.
We may have a record here.
I think are we good on this one? Anything else?
I think we are. Well,
Okay.
let's go to our next one, whose info I'm going to send you right now. That is her wonderful producer, Hixson Hammer. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to censor over here the details with this black tab. So the screen itself, Michael, just make sure you don't move the screen itself to any other location, because I am going to do that. And over here, let me send you the details right now. And while I'm doing that, by the way, could you just tell people what you told us at a dinner yesterday about astrology as well? Like, it's not the influence of the stars so much as the universe itself is seen to be as a big clock, right?
Oh, I actually have the book you need to read right here. It's called The Science Delusion. Rupert Sheldrake is my favorite guy. And well, he didn't specifically say astrology, but I think that's the direction that people need to go if they want to understand spiritual elements scientifically. But essentially, if you think about our strongest lead on what consciousness is it has to do with quantum mechanics. So just Google a thing called microtubules. Anyway, so quantum mechanics we know has to do with the subjective nature of reality, not the objective. So your consciousness is quite literally subjective. And what astrology is, it's like a snapshot of the universe from your subjective viewpoint when you're born. So for creating a consciousness, it's like this consciousness from this angle looks like this. That's essentially what astrology is. So if someone was like, "Oh, I'm going to blow up the moon," it's not going to affect. I mean, essentially these are cycles, and astrology is like a big clock with like many hands.
The natal chart literally looks like a clock.
Yeah. So it's if you could think about like say like a sine wave, that is kind of like a sine wave of let's say it's like always revolving, like energy is always changing. So that's the energy that's like the phase of energy when you're born or when your consciousness takes a breath. So it doesn't have anything to do with the planets. They're just a handy proximate indicator.
Very interesting indeed. All right, well, let's go to Hixson Hammer. You should have all the info over there, right? And by the way, we have 2 spots left, 5 and 6. After that, whoever sends in the super chats, you're going to still get a reading, but later. And if you want to get ahead of the line, if you see that all the spots have been taken, but you're like, you know what, I need to do a reading today in front of Brittany so that I can impress her and I can impress Effina and I can become Brittany's new husband, so that she saves herself for me. What you have to do is you have to give a larger amount than just $5. So you'd have to give like $7 or $10 or $20, whatever you want to give. It's going to prop you at the front of the line because this is an auction. So anyway, Michael, let's go.
That's not how you so that's not how you get them to donate. How you get them to donate is by blackmailing them. Like literally threaten your audience. Be like, if you do not donate this goal right now, I will turn the camera off. I will turn the stream off. And then that's how it works.
What I could do is I could turn off the sidebar over here, which has you and Effina, and just leave the boring screen of Michael Scotto's laptop. So that could be the thread. Yeah, I'll do it.
Don't do that. It's very boring.
We got 7 Canadian from Wong Kar-wai superfan XOXOXO, longtime friend of the show. But Wong, okay, so DM me the info so that we have it, and we're going to do that. So thank you so much for the 7 Canadian dollars, which I assume is just about, or if not more than $5. In fact, I'm going to look that up as well. So anyway, on to Hixson.
All right, so we got the Hixson Hammer, Olympia, Washington, October 20th.
Oh, no. You can't say it. It's not allowed. He wants to keep it a secret.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Just the dates. It's fine. It's
okay.
Fine.
So am I not sharing the screen then?
No, you're still sharing the screen because I blocked it. I censored the part of the screen.
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen.
Yes.
But I'm not saying it.
Sorry. No, it's okay. You didn't say the time.
Okay.
So we're good.
All right.
We're safe.
All right. Just make sure before I reshare. I'm good to share?
I think so. As long as the tabs are in the right place, it should be good. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just before I share. Oh my God, we almost.
You're not giving the Cap Rising clear instructions. This will not go well.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen now, but not the Astral Gold here.
Yes.
Okay, so you tell me, am I?
No. You could.
Okay, am I
That's
good?
fine. Yeah. You're
Okay,
good.
I'm
You're
good.
good. You're
I'm
good.
good.
Yeah.
We're not in view.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
I've hidden the good stuff with a little black square, so there shouldn't be any problem.
Olympia? That's so cool that he's. Man, I'm jealous.
All right, so am I allowed to read like the signs and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm reading the
I'm
signs,
pretty
but
sure.
I'm not saying the date and the time or anything.
Yes. Yes.
Here we go. Oh boy, yet another Aquarius ascended. Big fucking surprise. Why does...
Wait, before you start, we have $10 from Aiko Tanaka, Laney's boyfriend here. You got the alcoholism correct, and we are very, very close and do everything together. In fact, we beat each other daily. Laney's gonna DM you the info.
If you said beat each other daily, that's great because she has Mars in Aries, so she needs that.
Excellent.
The action. Okay. So we have this. What is going? Okay, there's this. I see the same chart over and over again on BTR stream. There's always Aquarius and there's always Scorpio. And guess what? Lev has Scorpio in the Aquarius house, so let's blame it on Lev. Now, this individual here, we got a lot of Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, Uranus in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio. I mean, what is going on with this person? This person has many secrets, maybe into conspiracy theories, loves the conspiracy theories, very intense, maybe big into, very investigative, maybe wants to get to the bottom of things. Also very, very strongly attached in relationship. So I think Lev is not, it doesn't have this, but this person, it's weird. It's almost like they want strong, like an unbreakable bond, like a till death do we part kind of bond, but at the same time they want like freedom and like leave me alone. So there's like, it's like a very like weird like combination of like absolute control in a relationship but absolute freedom at the same time. This person loves a good fight with someone else, like someone who's active, or someone who maybe they have like I almost want to say they have like a theater partner or like an art partner or a band member or something that they're like tight with. I feel like they definitely have either someone that they fight with or someone that they like play music with, something like that. Let's see. They're probably this is a guy, right? There's a guy.
Yeah.
Is it a straight male?
Yeah.
Maybe attracted to foreign women. Maybe doesn't want to date their own culture. Let's see. Very probing mind. Kind of wants to get to very intense interactions with this person. Very, very intense. Also, this person also probably knows. So I would say more strongly in this one. This person probably knows people who died, for sure. I'm more confident in saying that in this one. Very, very detail oriented. Very nitpicky. Very like critical, either self-critical or critical of others. Maybe very health conscious. Maybe some OCD going on.
And Brittany, are you learning new things about your manager today?
Oh no, I'm not, because I already knew all this. It's accurate, I would say, in my opinion.
Okay, I would not fuck this person over, by the way.
Oh.
This person will get you.
Ooh.
They will get you.
Yeah.
Well, he's called the Hammer for a reason, right, Brittany?
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay. Now that I know it's a manager, I mean, there's your theater partner right there. So that's pretty much what I was saying. This person is definitely obsessed with power, or wants to be powerful, or either that, or is like interested in power structures. Maybe you could say possibly likes food a lot, or like has a strong some kind of complex with food, maybe, or eating. I would say that this person is currently interested in spirituality, like they're going through a spiritual phase in their life, or maybe they feel lost in some way. Definitely very. You could almost say they have moments of genius, like intellectual genius, like flashes of it, or like they come up with ideas a lot. They have these like random ideas that are like, whoa.
So far, you're dead on, in my experience.
You know, and it's so interesting in this chart. This person is like, they want to perform, like they want to be an artist, but it's not that they want to be an artist, but they want to be around artists. So like they have an artistic bent themselves, but it's expressed through other people, especially partnerships with other people.
That would make sense.
And, you know, by the way, they tend to have a good relationship with, well, both. It's like their relationships or business partnerships are both their greatest blessing and their biggest headache. So it's a major they have a major responsibility to other people, but they're also blessed by other people.
Makes sense. You know how you said, oh, by the way, funny story. I bumped into Michael yesterday, like literally one day before the stream. We literally weird. Just bumped into each other. He was like summoned, and
really, I saw Michael yesterday as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had dinner together.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was a strange day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was there. I was walking into a coffee shop for a client, and then she was right there. So I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. I was gonna ask because you had mentioned. Actually, it might have been the first time that you mentioned it, but you said that some charts lean either west or east, and you call it a name by that. Is there a version of that before north and south? Because this chart, like very clearly, everything's clustered in one area, kind of like my chart, but his is like in the north. Is there anything about that in astrology?
Yeah, so essentially when it's up, it's public, and when it's below, it's private. So this is a very public chart, but it's a public chart with partners. So it's like so on this side, it's like public, but maybe partnership oriented, and then when it's this side, it's public but like society oriented. Now, so this person is going to be very public, but most of it is going to come from partnering with other people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think that what this person wants, or what they value, is, you know, they want to bring conspiracy theories to light. You know, like, I want to say conspiracy theories. I mean, I guess you could say they want to also, you know, what this person would like a show about people talking about their dirty secrets, or like their sexual dysfunctions or something like that. I think they would like be into a show, like they're the person that they're managing, like just talks about like dirty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely.
So anything that is revealing of that, or also they might have an eye for finding dirt on the internet, or finding stuff that other people wouldn't find. There's a lot of digging going on. There's a lot of tunnels and stuff like that.
Can't you also tell health in a chart?
I mean, this person. I do think health is an issue with this person. I think they have some health issues, but or they're very serious about their health. I think I mentioned that before. I think yeah.
What about in terms of like future predictions?
Well, because this person also has an Aquarius ascendant. I don't want everyone has the same ascendant today, but I do think they will be coming up with they'll be going through a new chapter in their life next year.
Hmm.
Like I said, right now I think maybe they're going through some spiritual stuff. Sometimes maybe they're letting go of something, or they're either they're experiencing a loss, or they're something that is kind of like they might feel lost. They might not know where they're going, but I feel like maybe next year they'll come up with like a new direction.
And by the way, we just got a $20 super chat from GH. And by the way, these have gotten pretty damn competitive. I've been receiving from Juan Carwai an additional amount. I've received from Akiko Tanaka an additional amount. So I want to make sure everybody gets a chance here. But again, there are Rocket Bronson, you don't seem to be making it. But again, Michael's still going to do your chart just off the air. If you want to make it, though, see if you can beat some of these amounts. But anyway, let's keep going here.
Okay, so anything else on the Hixson hammer person? Like I said, don't fuck them over. That's like the one thing you need to remember. Please don't do that.
I think we covered about everything.
Yeah. They're bonded for life.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
So here we go. Okay. Oh, and AIC also sent in some money. Okay, so listen, we have GH. Please send me a DM on Twitter at LevPo, so you'll send me all the stuff. But next, we have Wong Kar-wai, Superfan, XOXOXO. Actually, I mean, we could do a Kiko, because $2 that was sent in by somebody else earlier on. Mm-hmm. That was, let's see, 1 second. Oh, here we go. 10 block. Okay, here we go. He is sending me the information. Cell block 10 right now. That is for 20 smackaroos, so we're going to do him first over here. So I am sending this right now to you, Michael. Mm-hmm. And while I'm doing that, Effina, any thoughts on Hixson?
He seems a bit scary, like when you say don't mess with him.
Oh, it's a good example. What's that dark wizard in Harry Potter?
Snape.
Voldemort.
Snape, yeah. Yeah. So, for example, Snape is not a bad guy, but he's like a dark guy. You know what I mean? He's like his dark.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's a good assessment.
Snape is my favorite character from Harry Potter. So, but he seems good. Hixson seems like a good guy.
Yeah, I guess like for example, like the positive way to think about it would be like Batman. Like a dark force for good. Is kind
of that's spot on.
Well, I wish I had that aspect about me where people would be scared to mess with me.
Oh, that's part of being a woman, unless you get some strong resting bitch face, you're just generally not going to be intimidating to men.
Another good thing about a resting bitch face is that it prevents wrinkles.
That's the aesthetics coming out that Michael mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Your concern for aesthetics.
All right, so we have Cell Block 10. Michael, I just sent you the info. He did not mention to keep it a secret.
You didn't give me the birthday, though. You're just saying the year.
Oh, that's right. Cell Block 10. Do you hear that? You got to send in the birthday. So we are waiting over here on Cell Block 10, but it's a good wait because this guy sent us $20, and that puts you right up there. That puts you to number one, and I really want to get Wong Kar-wai fan XOXOXO as well after this, so let's see what happens. Oh, no, and then we have Boone Maroon, who sent in $15 as a cumulative total. I did not think I would have to do calculations in my head of the Superchats to determine who goes first on the stream, but There we go. That is the power of Brittany Venti and Effina Hyatt and Michael Scotto being here. The only thing that we do not have currently is we do not have Geo. By the way, Laney sent another one in. What is going on? All right, I'm shilling so that Aiko gets up there. SMH. Okay, he's going to get up there. I mean, $5, that may be even more than 20, but let's see. Hold on. Wait. Time. Oh, yes. I did send you the time, Michael.
No, the day.
Oh, the day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have his year. I don't have his day.
Yeah, so to be
Month and
clear,
day.
you need to give your
oh,
place
here we
of
go.
birth,
Oh, sorry.
your
This is
time,
my
and your birth
fault.
date.
This is my fault. It is done over here. And Boone Maroon sent in $10 saying this is war. So, okay, give me time to calculate how much all of that is. But either way, sub block 10 goes first. I send it to you, Michael. You should have all the details now. See,
Got it. All right.
Yes, I'm just getting discombobulated by all these super chats, but I love it. So thank you very much.
All right.
here we go.
So we cannot see the whatever the information, right? Just checking.
No. We can.
I mean, you're doing the share thing, so I'm just checking. Are you good on your side?
I am good. Did you get rid of Hixson?
Yeah, he's out of here.
Okay, good. Here we go.
All right. So
By the way, before you do that, I think it would be interesting to share because a lot of people scoff at this sort of occupation, and I think it'd be interesting to point out how in demand it is and how much money like good natal chart readers, astrologers make.
It's very
Such a long learning curve, and people don't really take it seriously.
Well, you're telling me. I mean, the super chats speak for themselves.
I think Michael should speak on it since he has one.
Well, I mean, so I'm currently a software engineer, and I get paid pretty well.
That's awesome.
So I mean, just Google software engineer salary. It's not low. My reason I'm pointing this out is, like I wouldn't consider this if I didn't think that there wasn't demand for it. So, for example, my teacher. And if anyone's interested, they can Google him. His name's John Marchesella. He's over here in New York. He charges $195 a session, and he has an 8 to 9 week waiting period right now. So, and he does all word of mouth. His website is like really crappy. It's like Windows 98 website.
That's how you know he's good. It's like a dog breeder site. The crappier it is, the better the dog.
Yeah, so he doesn't need a good website because essentially what happens is people go in there, they get their readings. He says some crazy shit. People are like, oh my God, they come back for their yearly reading. They're kind of hooked. And then also the referrals and whatnot. There's I've seen other astrologers charge like $300. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of demand. And I read people from the whole gamut. So could be an artist, could be a software engineer. It could be a doctor, lawyer, whoever it is. I mean, you name it, I've read it. So I wouldn't say there's any kind of occupation that is like immune to feeling that they want to have their chart read, basically. Yeah.
So basically, they're laughing all the way to the bank while you guys are like, oh, astrology's so dumb. Like they're making $200 for an hour of work because it's a long learning curve look at the chart. It looks really complex. Somebody who doesn't know how to read it, they're like, what is that, a math equation?
And you can also use it for making money on the stock market.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
so basically, I mean, we'll see if I can repeat this performance, but this year, I bought and sold Ethereum using the natal chart of Bitcoin because they're kind of similar, and I made 100% return on my trade. I sold it when Bitcoin was at 59K, and then within like 24 hours, that's when we got the big dump. And as now it's like 30K now. So
I saw an astrologer. She's a modern astrologer. She's really popular on TikTok. It's really skinny brunette girl.
Yep.
And she did one for crypto for I think August. And she said there's going to be a Black Swan event coming up, but then afterwards it's going to be like the last round of the bull run. That was her prediction. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to see a bull run from basically, we could say August to August till December.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, yep.
Here we go. Okay, so cell block 10.
Not a financial advisor.
Not a financial advisor. But
I have a question
yes.
for Michael. Is it true that your chart also dictates certain aspects of your physical appearance?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
So
I saw an astrologer and she was like saying that I forget what she said, but because I have like a wide jaw, she was like, oh, that's because of this. And then my eye shape is because of this. It was quite interesting.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm very pro at that aspect, but I do know some things. So for example, I'll give you an example of this working. So what do you think my ethnicity is?
Either Italian or Middle Eastern. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I don't know if Brittany, did I tell you yet, or you?
Oh yeah, I tried to guess it, and I said I went with Semitic. That you looked more Semitic, so Middle Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what you are. You mentioned it to me. After.
Yeah. So I am Italian, and
see, I knew that. I know what Sicilians look like.
Yeah. So a lot of people think I'm Indian or Middle Eastern, or
you don't look Indian.
So for example, when I went to Israel, they started speaking to me in Hebrew, assuming I was Jewish. And when I went to Jordan, they started speaking to me in Arabic. So everywhere I go, they think that I'm.
It's because are you Southern Italian?
Mm-hmm. But the point
because you were colonized by Arabs. That's why a lot of you look Arab.
Wow. Do I need to get decolonized?
No.
Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say is I have Neptune on the ascendant, which means that I have an ambiguous appearance.
Oh.
So everywhere I go, I trick people because I'm a fog to them. They just they look at me, and what they see is their own guess back at them. And the other thing, yeah. So whenever I go to the doctors, they're always confused, and I also like these mystery illnesses that no one has any idea what it is. So because Neptune is like a fog, but it's like a fog on my appearance.
But you can change your appearance, so like, I feel like you can't always tell.
Well, I can't change my face, you know.
Yeah, you could. You could get surgery.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't. I guess I have to get a surgery to look less ambiguous.
No, you don't have to do that. Nor would I encourage that. I will say though, for Cap risings, I will say I'm a Cap rising. I will say in my observation, so there's on TikTok, there's a filter that makes you morph into whatever image you put, and there's a chart for like each rising sign. They pick a celebrity. It's a female chart. And for mine, because Megan Fox Capricorn rising, so I did it to see like which one would it morph into, see if it would guess correctly, and it morphed into Megan Fox. So basically, I'm Megan Fox. But no, my point was that Capricorn risings, I noticed personally that they tend to have like stronger bones, like especially in their face. They have strong bone structure.
I'm a Capricorn rising, right? We both are.
Yeah, I think so.
And
so
am I.
Pretty defined bone structure.
Yeah, I think I've always been told that since I've been born. Like, that's something people notice because it's like the alien thing. It's like, oh, you look like an alien,
I get that too.
Yeah, maybe Capricorn rising has that aspect. Aquarius too, though, because I'm Aquarius sun. So I feel like that combination kind of comes across as a Lamau. But I noticed that, I mean, and Michael can feel free to chime in with this opinion. I feel like that rising signs don't always look what their rising, like for example, Gemini, I notice is more in their like movement, like they move their hands a lot. It's not necessarily like, oh, you have black hair or sharp nose or something. It's like, no, they're just very frantic with their hands, kind of ADHD.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, it might manifest as a behavior, or it might manifest as like the physical appearance.
Yeah.
By the way, Akiko's getting a lot of love for Brandy, $15 add to Aiko's total. So that's going to be 17 plus 15, and that's going to be $32. Now, in terms of timeline, I'm a little bit, I'm not really sure. So I think we're gonna go for cell block 10 because he was waiting. He comes first, so cell block 10. But then the next one, it looks like it is gonna be Aiko after all. So Michael, go for cell block 10.
All right, cell block 10 in 10 minutes. We got a Scorpio ascendant here. So Scorpio ascendant, one of the signs of Scorpio ascendant, it could be the investigator or it could be the shaman. So I have a friend who has Scorpio ascendant, is really into psychedelics, and it's the kind of person that is going to kind of dig into you, if you will, or they might have kind of a maybe like a kind of like a sharp brow type appearance, like they're kind of like they're like staring into your soul kind of deal. So this person has a new moon in Gemini, and wherever we have a new moon, essentially that means that this person is very impulsive, or rather that they're kind of like inspired, and they want to go, they want to take action. But the thing is, which is interesting, is it's almost as if it's in their 7th house, so it means that it's almost like they seek out people who are action oriented or who are on a mission, who like ready to go. So this, well, first off, I want to say this person is very like other person oriented, very partnership oriented. So this is definitely a very social person, and that definitely a huge part of their destiny has to do with other people or things happening to them. And they had the Pluto in the 1st house, so that this is again some of that. They really like the deep dark stuff. They want to get into psychology. They want to talk about the dirty things. They want to go digging. Now they have a Saturn Venus, so wherever someone has a Saturn Venus, they're gonna have difficulty in relationship. Either that, or they're going to be very serious in relationship. So either they get into a relationship that is like very serious, like early, or their relationship is like delayed. I think, yeah. Yeah, it's going to take. It probably, if they're not already in a relationship, it would probably be more on the delayed side for them to get married. I would say yeah, definitely relationship is like a huge deal in this chart. Because of the 7th house emphasis, because of the Saturn Venus emphasis, like I feel like a huge part of this person's life has to do with like, who am I going to be with, or who am I going to hang out with, or who am I going to join in a contract with, or whatnot.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of who to hang out with, I also sent Cell Block 10 an invite to the stream in case he wants to go on. And TJ Maya 97, $10 adding to Rocket's total. This feels like a fucking RPG, by the way, where you have like these creatures that you're like giving more health points to and ranking them up. This is exciting. I like this. So I mean,
well, yeah. By the way, I like to look at astrology charts. It's like Pokemon cards. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna collect all the different types of people. This person probably really likes getting information from other people. I wonder if they're like almost like a journalist or something, like something that feels like a journalist. Like they're always like trying to get data from other people. So they're very chatty, and they're very curious. And they want to hear people's stories. Let's see. There's definitely this person's definitely spiritual. I mean, they got the Jupiter and Pisces in there, and it's yeah, something like that.
Holy shit, we got $50 from Curtis Schultz.
Whoa.
What?
Wait.
No, it's Australian. Maybe it's fake money. Hold on. How much is 15? Is it Australian AUD? All right, hold on. What is going on here? How much is this? This is, okay, 37. Still not bad. 37.12 US dollars. Thank you so much.
And for people on the stream that are curious, by the way, the value of what you're getting, I usually charge clients about $100 an hour.
There we go. That's right.
So yeah,
this is nothing. This is chump change.
Chump change. You know, I'm curious what happened with this person. Maybe in late April, there was an eclipse in their 1st house, so that they might have gotten into like a disagreement with someone else, or they had to decide between themselves and a partner or a friend. But yeah, I think so this is a person who always wants to get more data. They want to get more information. They can't always, they don't really make up their minds about things. Like they're kind of holding two sides of the coin at the same time. They might have two different sides of themselves. And the other thing I'd say is that in order for those person to learn about themselves, they have to go and meet other people. So it's almost like their identity is not in them, but is in other people. And that's probably part of the reason why they're so curious to like dig into people, because by digging into other people, they're digging into themselves. So there's probably an intense part of them that wants to see what's underneath the surface of people and kind of get to the real, if you will. So I would think, yeah, a part of this person's great work, whether it's a relationship or a romance or something, or even if it's just like a certain kind of creativity or expression, you know, I do think that they're, you know, either they're performing art with someone else, or it's more of a romantic relationship. I'm not sure which one, but it's almost like I feel like they would have maybe like a YouTube channel or something where they're just like writing a lot or like saying their views and like interacting with the live stream. Like I feel like this person would be pretty active on the chat, if you will.
I always wondered like which astrology signs, not even just their signs, but their planet placements. Like, you know, when you go on an image board and people create threads, like I understand there's certain aspects of people that go on image boards, but in terms of the people who are creating the threads, because like for me, I probably have done that like as many times as I can count on one hand, right? So it's like the people who comment a lot and things like that. Like I wonder what their planets look like and what signs, their big three.
Well, this person really wants to talk a lot, so, and they need to do that. And yeah, some people are going to be much more chatty than others.
I have a question. Which signs are Coomers? Like what can women look out for in their partner's natal chart to protect themselves against Coomers, like horny men that are like not loyal? What would you look out for?
Well, when you not loyal or horny, like are you referring to like a fuckboy?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that any particular sign is a fuckboy, but watch out for the fire signs, maybe at least by default. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius.
Damn, that's who I'm compatible with. It's over.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is like, you know, basically, if you're a very Aquarius, then you really want that you're gonna be, yeah, like you have a sense of, you have some freedom, desire yourself, right? So yeah, so like I wouldn't recommend like an air sign partners with a earth sign or something. I mean, yeah, earth signs are probably the most loyal. They're not going anywhere, they're slow to move, etc. Maybe water signs. I think so think about this way. So fire and air is yang energy, and then earth and water is yin energy, right? So so if someone is a quote unquote fuckboy, they're probably more air and fire than they are water and earth.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Am I compatible with Taurus?
Are you compatible with Taurus? You're a Cancer, so absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because water and earth, like think of it like the water nourishes the earth.
Yeah, and my husband has a lot of like his chart is very earthy.
Well, that's good also because you have Saturn in Taurus as the ruler of your chart, which means that Saturn is going to conjunct those planets, and means it's going to make it more serious.
Cool.
You might get a kick out of this. You know who else is often earth signs, especially Taurus in particular. Actually, I shouldn't say earth signs.
Who?
Dictators. So like Hitler.
Oh,
you can actually look this up.
You know what? Charles's life path number is number 1, and that's like the leader number.
Yeah, it's like entrepreneur, self-starter.
Or dictator.
Not necessarily. I mean, but yeah, I guess a dictator would be a leader, yeah. But that's a stretch. I don't know. It's not. It's certainly. It's not. That's not
Because they're
default.
like stubborn and like it's kind of like how a lot of psychopaths go to be a politician. It's just because a lot of the qualities work for that position, I think.
Would you guys like? By the way, I could after this. Would you like to see the chart of Jeffrey Dahmer? He's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll bring that up real fast later.
Oh
But,
yeah. Did you ever see that statistic where what is it? Mutable signs are most often serial killers?
Well, I would say they might be more likely to be a serial killer because they're mutable means that they can adjust. So, like, they'll stretch their beliefs the furthest. By the way, just for kicks, one time, so Pornhub used to have like the birthday of the porn stars, and I literally clicked through like 1,000 entries and put every single birthday, and I had some very fascinating data. And by the way, the one that was the most likely to be a porn star was a Virgo.
Really?
I
Yeah.
could see that. Also, that's funny. You're on Pornhub. You're like the one person on Pornhub for actual scientific research.
I need
Like
data.
nobody's gonna believe you. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, you were on there for scientific research." Sure.
Yeah. Well, anywhere where I can get data, yeah. But well, but it has to do with so also Gemini was high, by the way.
For
And that
porn
makes
star.
yeah.
I've heard that about Gemini.
They're
women.
whores.
It's like a meme, yeah.
They really are. I can't fuck with Geminis anymore. Like literally, that's a deal breaker for me. Like I will not deal with
fuck with
Geminis
them.
anymore.
But
No,
it doesn't
I
mean
will
that-
not. There, because I even saw one where they had like a blessed chart, like their chart with all the planets were in good positions, and even then, there was no saving it.
Well,
So
okay,
like, even then I can't bother.
Well, what?
Gemini suns in particular.
Okay,
clarify.
so why would you? Okay, so we have a Gemini sun right here, right? And by the way, this person's very Gemini. Why would you not like a Gemini? Because they're shady in terms of like you don't really get a real answer out of them.
Yes, and they're like passive aggressive.
Like you're like
That's annoying.
they'll say something and then you're like, okay, you said this, and you're like, no, I also said this, and you're like, what the fuck did you say? Because one of the things we say with Gemini is they talk out of both sides of their mouth. So
Yeah.
so Gemini is it's it's kind of two sides of the same coin. So it's like the angel and the devil.
I think they really are bipolar. Like they really always do have two sides.
So this person, the cell block 10 person, has a lot of that going on, either in themselves or in the people that they interact with. So they'll probably either people will describe them as talking out of both sides of the mouth, or they'll be like, what are you talking about? I'm always very direct because I'm a Scorpio ascendant, but everyone else is talking out of both sides of their mouth. So, and that might be more the case because it's in the 7th house in their case. So when you have a chart with a loaded 7th house, it means that this person has kind of projects their identity onto other people.
Oh my God. That literally is so fucking true. I dealt with someone like that. That was Gemini.
Yeah.
Wild.
So I
have a question.
Yeah.
What's the difference between like I understand in terms of like what's the difference between a sun and a rising, but my question is like why are Gemini suns so much worse than Gemini risings?
I have to disagree with the question, but
I know it's a leading question technically, but
yeah.
I just want to know like the aspects that are disliked generally as a generalization, what people don't like about Geminis, like why is it so much worse in the sun versus with rising?
The sun is a deeper planet than the ascendant, right? So the ascendant is just how you go around and interact with people. So it's more superficial. Whereas the sun is like, the more you get to know someone, the more you'll see their sun rather than their ascendant. But if you met them at a party, you might think them to be the ascendant. So this person, by the way, cell block 10 with their Scorpio ascendant might be a little bit secretive in terms of their first meeting with people, like not really showing who they are. They kind of wait to do that.
But by the way, we got $59 from the Hermit. and this just keeps on coming. It's a battle. You guys have created a real battle on our hands here, where people are battling out to see who is going to go after cell block 10. And so far, the Hermit is in the lead, followed by Wong Kar-wai Superfan XOXO, followed by Boom Maroon, then Curtis Schultz. Well, Curtis is probably going to be moved down unless, again, actually, no, Aiko was, okay, give me time. I'm going to work on the math here. I'm going to see who's coming in first, second, and third, because this is all discombobulated right now. But I really appreciate this. This really means a lot for the growth of the channel, for Break the Rules, so thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe as well.
Yeah, so, wait, I've completely lost my train of thought now. Well, yeah, thank you, everyone. Oh, yeah, sorry, I never remember what I want to say. When it's your turn for a reading, people who are paying, definitely get in the chat and tell me like what you want me to what you want to discuss, or was this right, was this wrong? Because keep in mind a natal chart is not going to tell you exactly what's going on, but it gives you like a kind of a frame of what's going on. So I mentioned, for example, this cell block 10. Hey, like check it out. Like they're very curious. They want to get a lot of data. Well, like what does that mean? Does that mean, like I said, that they're on the chats all the time, or does it mean that they're out there like interviewing people? Does it just mean that they're maybe reading a lot of information, or like going to a lot of lectures? Like, so getting like a direction of like where that energy is going, it helps me to like kind of drill into what's going on in the chart.
And by JB also has a $5 question. What about Chinese astrology? Do Western astrologers take as much interest in this other kind of divination?
Yeah, so this is relates back to a broad question. So for instance, when I first saw Brittany's chart, she's like, "What is this Placidus bullshit? And what about whole sign?" The answer to that, and by the way, Indian astrology is so these are all different perspectives on a personality. So there's not like one valid view on a personality. There's different views, right? So if I were to ask Lev, like, "Hey Lev, what kind of person am I?" He would be like, ABC. And if I go and ask my coworker what kind of person am I, they might say something else. So each one of these systems is like a different view on your personality. Yeah.
Excellent. So I think right now we have the following people in line over here, and I will check again if I missed anything.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, it's not done yet. Okay.
Sorry. So anything else that you want me to say about cell block 10? Cell block 10, if you're on the line, just feel free to shout it out.
I also have a question. That might interest people in the chat. So like I asked about Kumars. What sign or what planet in which placements can indicate that somebody is kind of like dishonest? And why is it Gemini?
So the thing with Gemini is that they're able to change their minds around things. They can be a little bit amoral, is the word I would use. So
they're psychos.
So
I'm sorry, they're sociopaths. I'll hate on them all day.
So the cell block 10 person, like I said, either they're doing it or the people that they know are doing it, or they might be shifting their position. They said a bunch of stuff that was one way, and now now they said this other thing. You don't know what the hell they said. So it's just
they love fence sitting. They love it.
Yeah. So they just keep shifting. You can't really lock them down. And by the way, it's an air sign. You can't really you can't trap air, right? So they do that a lot. With Scorpio, now here's the thing about Scorpio, which is you might say is dishonest. It's not that they're dishonest, it's just that they're really good at hiding stuff.
That's lying by omission. That's dishonest.
So
like unless it's like literally in the sense of it's something private, but like let's say you're in a relationship and then you don't disclose something that you should disclose. It's lying by omission, and it's still dishonest.
Yeah. Let me think. Who else would lie? So Aries would never lie because they probably say things too fast without thinking. Right. Also Sagittarius is way too honest and gets themselves in trouble.
Well, my dad is an Aries and he never lies, but I know one Aries woman and she's a compulsive liar, like psycho.
Yeah, so keep in mind, like I said, the surest way, if I was going to say, is this person a liar or not, I would, you want the whole chart. You want to see what's going on.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, on a broad level, by the way, watch out for Libras. I think they can lie. And the reason they lie is because they are too nice.
Yeah, they want to keep the peace.
So they're like white lies.
Yes, white lies. Yeah. So watch out for that.
Wait, what was everyone's sun sign here again? I know I'm Aquarius, obviously.
I'm a Sagittarius. Lev is a Scorpio.
I'm a Cancer.
Wait, does that? Okay, yeah.
Have to vet the group. Gotta.
And so one of the reasons that my teacher said I would be a good astrologer, by the way, is because I have a Scorpio moon. So Scorpio is like a really good sign for astrology.
Yeah, they're like mystic and shit.
Yeah. So like I said, it's like the sign of the shaman, if you will. So if you want someone to pull something out of you, then you want a Scorpio. I think we're good with sub block 10. He didn't say anything.
I'm not seeing it in the chat over here. Oh, cell block 10. I'm cell block 10. How is my money wealth situation?
I almost want to say he needs to go get it from other people. How about this? I think he would make his money perhaps through some kind of either creative endeavor. Money is definitely tight for him. That's the other thing I was going to say. Is probably currently tight for him, but I think as he gets older, money will get better. This is like a delayed money situation with him. So,
wait, why?
Because he's got Saturn on the Venus.
I was gonna ask, is it because of Saturn?
So once he gets the money, by the way, it is Saturn return, and he's got a while for that. Money's going to be a big deal when he turns 29, 30. But once he's on the other side of that Saturn return, I think he'll have a more solid money situation. And the other thing is, he's got a while. I think some of the more main events in his life is going to be probably in his mid 30s.
We have a lot of late bloomers, huh?
Yeah. Because he's got to wait for Saturn to go in Gemini and go over that sun and moon. And by the way, when that happens, that's probably the time, either when he has a Saturn return at 29, 30, or when Saturn goes into Gemini. By the way, Saturn goes into Aries, I think in like 2025. So, and then Gemini, maybe a few years later, maybe like 2028 or something. So I think that's probably when most of the action will happen for him. Right now, Saturn is in Aquarius. So right now, this is probably a time when he's like where he's like learning a lot, or he's like educating himself in some way. So I think. Oh, by the way, I do think the money situation will improve in 2022 and 2023, because Saturn and Aquarius will be trining his Saturn and Venus. So he'll probably get an intermediate boost of money, and but then the real challenge will be his Saturn return for sure.
Well, speaking of an intermediate boost of money, we just have an update on who's next. Wong Kar-wai superfan XOXOXO, $75 beating out Aiko for the number 3 spot. So
It's getting serious.
So unless something happens in the next minute while I'm loading Wong Kar-wai's address, it's going to be him. So did I send you Wong Kar-wai's information or no?
No, send it away, and
I have a question.
Shoot.
Crap, I forgot the question. I got distracted.
That is no problem. Here we go. I am sending you the information right now. And by the way, guys, it is very helpful when you send the information just like Wong Kar-wai did in one
I remember now.
text. There we go.
Okay, so my question was if Michael could share some sort of resources that people could use starting out if they want to learn how to read natal charts, since we were talking about how much they make earlier. I'm sure that changed at least one person's mind in chat. So how did you learn, or like what are some accessible ways people
so
start?
There's hold on, I got a book I'm trying to find. I don't know if it's in this pile, but there's the easiest book to read for astrology is a book called by Stephen. First off, Stephen Forrest is the easiest author to read, and he has a book called The Inner Sky. If you're trying to get into astrology, just check that out. It's really like plain English that he writes. He doesn't write it in abstruse language. So I would just pick up that book and then kind of learn what all the signs are, and then go back and read your natal chart. The app that I'm using is this thing called Astro Gold. You can get it on iPhone, you get it on Android, you get it. I'm currently on a Mac right now. I think it's like maybe like less than $100 or something. And really,
Wait, it's an app in the App Store that costs like $100? I've never even heard of that.
No, on the desktop it's like $100. I think on the phone it's less.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, and then also I think if you just go there, I forgot the name of the site, but I think like maybe like Cafe Astrology. If you just go ahead and put in your information there, anything that has just say like natal chart, and then just put it in. Anything that has a wheel chart is what you want to look at.
Also Googling like what planet, like you see you have a planet in a sign, you're like, what does that mean on Google? So like, I have Venus and Aquarius. What does that mean? That's kind of how I started.
There's it's like a silly website like Live About or something like that. And if you just say like Venus and Aquarius Live About, like I think those descriptions are pretty good. And another one that I like is Astrology King. So Astrology King has pretty good with like aspects and stuff.
And Geo says in the chat, Gemini is the BPD king.
Oh yeah.
Bipolar disorder.
Especially if they have that and some Scorpio stuff going on.
By the way, Geo, there are two beautiful ladies. Why the fuck aren't you here? What's going on?
He wants to admire us from afar.
All right. Well, anyway, let us go to our good friend Wong Kar-wai, Superfan XOXOXO, beating out $75 to the collective $72 of Aiko. We are going to do Aiko as well, followed by the Hermit, $59. Then
wait, who's first? Who's first?
Wong Kar-wai. I just sent you his info. You should have it here.
Is that the Hermit?
No, the Hermit is afterwards. Wong Kar-wai, that is before. Let me just make sure.
Yeah, okay. So this is, okay.
I like how other people can donate to add to the war. It's like they can also participate, but like force someone else to like add oil to the fire.
Exactly.
That's
cool. It's an auction.
That's my favorite part. Oh, yeah, so it's the Canadian one. That's the one with Wong Kar-wai.
Uh-oh, he's from Canada. Oh, Canada.
The day of the rake cannot come soon enough, right?
Revving my lawnmower.
So let's see here. And by the way, all the new people, keep subscribing. As always, you know the drill. So let's see what else we got here. Let me just
The only good Canadians are the ones who pretend to be American.
Well, how much of a Canadian would you say Geo is?
I would say he goes in the category of pretending to be American.
Yeah, I thought Geo was American. I had no idea he was Canadian.
You hear that, Geo? Isn't that a good sign? Geo has to join here, by the way, to New York. He has to come here, and he has to set the art world straight. One day, maybe we're going to do some kind of a debate with him and Jerry Saltz. I think that would be... I wonder if Jerry's going to get salty from that debate. But anyway... thank you guys again so much for all these amazing super chats. Keep it coming. The race is still not over. Boone Maroon, you got 45 if you want to go into the lead. If you want to beat out the Hermit and Aiko, you still have a chance. Same thing with Kura Schultz at 37. Same thing with Rocket Bronson, 25. Emmett, 16. Aquila at 10. AIC, longtime listener, AIC with $5. And I appreciate those $5. I am not Stefan Molyneux, Molly Meme, who would look at $1 and be like, no, that's not the attitude of BTR. We respect and appreciate everything that you give us because we need to grow with your help. But anyway, Michael, Wong Kar-wai.
All right, Mr. Wong. Lev.
Was that your impression of a cat, by the way, Brittany?
No, that was me slurping.
Okay. Yes, Michael.
By the way, you can see my screen, right, Lev?
I can see your screen. Perfect.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can see that I put in the right time and everything, right? Just checking.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I always get my back because I'm a little dyslexic. You know, I don't
we're
fuck
good.
it up. All right, Mr. Wong. Also Capricorn ascendant. What's going on with rushing into relationships, Mr. Wong? We got a relationship. You know, he loves to he loves to jump into things. You know, he kind of, when he sees someone, you know, he gets a feeling about them. It's kind of quick. It's like someone who, you could say like someone who like falls in love quick kind of situation. I'm wondering what's going on with them and money. So have they like lost money? I feel like they might have lost money at some point, or just money just like evaporated.
Well,
or maybe
it has today. I can't. Thank you very much for the.
Yeah, thank you for the donation. This is definitely someone who believes in, you know, progress. Wants to do things differently. Oh, maybe I would say that they have.
Well, he just writes, "I'm just horny."
Oh yeah. He's got the That's what I mean. So when I say rushing into relationship, that's another way of saying getting pretty horny here. Yeah, so I don't know, like it's almost like, well, one way of saying this would be that they have their beliefs come up against the wall a lot of the time. Either that mean? Like they kind of over optimistic. They're like, oh, I want to do this big thing, and then it comes up against the wall. And maybe that wall that they come up against is their own limitations, or maybe another way saying is like maybe their partner wants more than they want, so they end up being the blocking, they're people are coming at them and they're like, oh, I'm just not satisfied with this, and they just constantly rejecting people, and they're wondering why am I not happy in a relationship when people are coming, I have all these options, but they're the one that's rejecting the other people. Yeah, another one, they have a problem with getting stuck in codependent relationships. And they need to learn how to be more independent and how to be by themselves more and how to be kind of a self-starter. They might have some kind of drug or alcohol issue, or there's definitely a part of their identity that they can't, that's kind of hidden from them, and they might do things that they didn't realize that they would do.
Wait, what's indicating that?
Because they have a new moon in Pisces in the second house, but it's in a hidden cusp there. So the cusp is Aquarius, but then you have that Pisces. So it's almost like their identity, both their ego and their moon, so their feelings are kind of out of reach in some way, and it's almost like buried. So maybe they're kind of prone to getting lost, kind of caught up in a hype or a cult or something like that, you could say.
Wong Kar-wai says, this chart fucking me up.
It's fucking them up, yeah. Hold on. He wants to be in charge. That's definitely, and I would also say maybe he's had a couple of career reinventions that occurred in his life. If he hasn't had them, he will have them. So I have the same placement, and I've been fired from several jobs. Kind of had to reinvent myself professionally. So there's definitely something like that going on here. Let's see. So definitely some impulsivity here again with the new moon. So it's a brand new moon. It's moon at 26, sun at 25. So it's just being born. So they're just kind of they're quick to do things. So his thoughts are quick, his horniness is quick, and his ego identity impulse is quick. So he might rush into things that are a fog of some kind. He doesn't know what the hell he's getting into. And then he comes up against a wall, like I said. Mm. Yeah, he might have some anger issues. He's got that Sun square Mars going on. So either he likes a good fight, or he might be a bit aggressive. Maybe he might kind of resolve his anger issues either at work or by going into the gym or doing this like a physical activity, like going for a run or something. Now, one thing you might say is yeah, I'd say like it's kind of he doesn't know who he is. It's difficult for him to know who he is. Like he does a lot of work to try and figure out like who am I. Both because of Saturn in the first house, which is the personal identity, and then the very foggy sun moon in the second house. So I think something I might say to him is he might not realize that he values spirituality, but he probably does. Or maybe not spirituality, but he might have to get and tap into like his inner Mother Teresa, or his humanitarian bent would be another thing. Like, what can he do to be of service to people? And I do think if he's of service to people, it'll work out in his favor, because he does have Jupiter in his 7th house, so people will come to him and like give him lots of stuff. And also that sun moon in Pisces there. I definitely think this guy needs to go and like on some kind of meditation type of psychedelics, something in which he can kind of like go into the realm of the unconscious and the metaphysical. Definitely needs to go there. And I think it's a little buried in him. But I think he might. This person also has that kind of 2018 reinvention going on. And recently, I think recently has been a pretty important time for them, because they're going through the Saturn return. Saturn 3 degrees Aquarius. We're now Saturn at like 13 degrees Aquarius. So this is a pretty serious time for him in terms of him doing the reinvention and figuring out who he is. And I think that maybe like starting next year, he'll like have a more firmer grip of what his identity is, and he'll be able to put it more into action. I do think that something that's important for him is he's got to find out what his work is, what his career is, and he's got to make that money. But I think it's going to be, I almost want to say it's going to be like spiritual money, more like artistic money, or of service money.
By the way, speaking of making that money, we are on some Yu-Gi-Oh shit right now. We have just had Boo Maroon give his money to Rocket Bronson. So Rocket Bronson now has a total of $95, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
With the Hermit with $92, and Aiko in the loser circle at $72. Aiko, I really want to hear from you. I mean, I want to hear from everybody, but you've been especially requested here in this chat. So let's see what happens. Either way, you are going to have a reading. There is no doubt about that. But again, I want to thank everybody. We are on some Yu-Gi-Oh shit tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all thanks to you.
So I just want to get some quick feedback from Wong before we do any trade. So Wong, tell us your thoughts, Wong.
Well, I have a question because I just saw the birth time. So what do you have to say about night babies versus day babies? Because I heard that's a thing, and I feel like it's true. But what do you think?
Okay. So if someone's born at noon, then the sun is going to be at the 10th house, which means they're going to be very public. They're going to be very visible. And if they're born basically midnight, then the sun is going to be below the horizon. They're going to be more private, more secretive, more, internal.
Yeah. So you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering. So that's an easy way. Like for people who don't know your exact birth time, there's something to go off of at least. Because a lot of people don't have access to their exact birth time, and they will never know their rising basically unless they request their birth certificate. By the way, quick advice. My parents were deceased since I was 15, 16. So I didn't have anybody ask about my birth time. I also don't have siblings or anything. So I had to order my birth certificate in long form, which what that means in New York is you have to click for the reasoning is ancestry research. And then it gives you the long form birth certificate, which has your birth time on it. If you guys want to know like your natal chart and you want to be able to do this, but you don't know your birth time.
Oh, amazing. And I think we have more participants here. We got Gio entering. There we go. Finally, buddy, you made it. And I'm curious what you think is what your opinion is on what is happening here right now, my friend. And yes, we are going to go to Rocket Bronson, $95. That is the biggest that I have so far. And again, thank you everybody for this. You are doing amazingly. So anyway, and the Hermit. wait, no, hold on. Hermit just donated $4. What is this? Says Rocket is a fucker. So okay, what does this mean? Okay,
it's
so
like WWE.
yeah, okay, so that is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, I can't even do math properly. $96. That is by $1, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we are about to. Yeah, are we gonna switch to the Hermit? Is that what we're gonna do? Okay.
Let's
like money in the bank, but like you donate money instead of going up the ladder.
What about any words from Wong before we move on?
Yes.
I just wanna check. What do you say?
Let's see. Okay, so he says, so my resolution to anger is to let it out on someone else in the ring.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, because Jupiter, if he's being serious, then yeah, Jupiter in Leo is like performance. So, you know, if you think about wrestling as a performance, that would be really good for him. Anything else on the Wong?
Not seeing it right now, but of course there's always a slight delay.
He's got what, 5 seconds.
4.
So apparently
3.
Juan Kara is a Coomer then. I didn't know this. Sorry, I'm out of it. I was stripping panels all day.
Mr. Wong, make sure you go on some kind of meditation retreat or like a silent retreat or psychedelic or something. You gotta tap into that spiritual zone if you haven't already done it. And you know, watch out with the dick in the pants, because Venus and Aries will get you in trouble.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so the Hermit is up next.
I'm gonna put $5 down for Rocket.
Okay.
Go to the School of Life
right.
House, Juan Carway.
All right, so it looks like Rocket goes first then. If it's going
Rocket.
to be, yeah, 100. That's $100.
Wow.
For Rocket Bronson. Brittany, thank you so much. Here we go. We're switching it again. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. I see it right there. All right. Looks like
faster.
Rocket Bronson goes first. So
Rocket Bronson.
I feel like we're grifting right now. I'm very sorry about this stream. I feel bad.
Don't feel bad. The people are getting what the people want. They want to get their fortunes done.
I feel like this is like not that harmful. I mean, like you could argue it. You could be like, oh, well, like what if someone's poor and blah, blah, blah. But like in terms of like, it's not ideological grifting where it's like affecting people's morals or like incentivizing lying and things like that.
Well, I don't know. The church discourages such soothsaying, so I'm kind of on the fence with it. I mean, I'm very sorry, but I just totally ruined the stream. So, but it is a form of soothsaying, is it not, Michael?
Well,
it's a form of sorcery.
Let me take some side notes here. So I have a lot. Okay.
Wait, no, dude, we got $20 from Laney.
It's already on the screen.
Aiko.
Wait,
it's already on the screen.
No, he'll go next. So there we go. Oh man, I feel really bad for Hermit. Fuck. I mean, okay.
We'll get him. We'll get everyone. By the way, so anyone who's looking for readings, obviously, like I said, I typically charge $100 an hour. My email, scottomj@gmail.com, SCOTTO, MJ@gmail.com. If you're wondering why are you sending $100 for a 10-minute reading when you can get an hour reading? Well, the answer is because, like I said, astrology is in demand. I'm a full-time software engineer. I'm not necessarily going to be able to get back to you the next day for a reading, so you probably have to wait like a few weeks or something, right? So keep those super chats coming because you can get it right now. But if you want to do the more in-depth reading and you have a little bit of patience, you know, definitely hit me up and we could talk about your future. Now, in terms of the response to soothsaying, I don't know exactly what that means, but I will say, again, as someone who's a software engineer, and I don't keep saying that, It's because I am. If anyone is more nitpicky about logic and being right, it's me. So if I tell a client something's wrong, tell them some bullshit, they're gonna come yelling at me and screaming and saying this is wrong. How could you say this? And believe me, that has happened. Over stupid shit. So I'll give you an example actually. So one time I told a client that she would meet a guy on like the 24th of July or something, and she messaged me like maybe a month later and saying this is bullshit. You told me the wrong thing, and I was like, what happened? And she said, well, I met this guy. This guy's not texting me. I'm like, what guy? And she's like, this guy I had a one night stand with on July. And I said, when? And I'm like, when did you hook up with him? She's like, July 25th. You said July 24th, you asshole. And it's not a relationship. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so if I call something within 24 hours, I'm just gonna give myself credit. Okay, so, but how am I gonna know if it's a one night stand or a relationship? I mean, she chose this guy, right? So this is the kind of stuff that clients will come at you and say, like, you called it wrong. You said the July 24th and it was July 25th. Like, believe me, it happens. So
I want to make a prediction on Rocket Bronson's chart.
Yeah.
So as you can see in the 11th house, the sun and Mars look like it's a guy pegging another guy, like the Mars kind of looks like a penis.
Yeah.
So I think his natal chart is just saying, because the it's an 11th house, like he's a bottom. Like it literally looks like a man pegging another man. So I think Rocket's a bottom.
Perhaps power bottom.
Like he takes it. Yeah, power bottom. Because it's Mars.
You're okay. This is where this is where you might be right.
I was trolling. Was I?
No, but you might be right, and the reason is this. What's up with this moon in Aries and Venus in Aries? Which, by the way, in a man's chart, that's the woman. So this is someone who really likes the aggressive woman, and maybe he likes an aggressive woman, so aggressive that she's the top.
Okay, true.
Brittany, I think we found your future husband right there.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because this person has the same moon as you, so there's a resonance there. But yeah, this person loves the aggressive woman. And it's funny because he's either, I'm gonna say that he's either like, one of those duplicitous Gemini types, or maybe he's defaulting to that Mars and Taurus, which just wants to chill. So a Mars, and if he's acting on his Mars and Taurus, he's just kind of chilling, maybe smoking pot on the couch, and then he's got this aggressive, like, finger wagging woman telling him, "Get your fucking ass off the couch," da, da, da. And he loves that shit.
Oh my God, he's pretty chill, I would say.
Yeah. So but he wants the woman to do all the aggression. And it's funny because he has a Cancer ascendant, which, by the way, means that he comes off as like the soft, sensitive type. He's like a cuddly dog. Maybe he might even have a dog. By the way, I have a Cancer ascendant friend who has a dog, and like this is how he picks up women. He walks around with his dog. So, so yeah, that's definitely going on, and yes. So he's definitely likes relationships that are fast. So they move fast. So it goes. This is not. He doesn't want to wait till the second date. He wants sex on the first date. Like this is, like both that moon in Aries and Venus in Aries. Like Aries is fast, right? So he likes things fast. He might even be. I would say he might be maybe he's interested in women that are kind of like spiritual weird women because he's got that Neptune and Aquarius going on.
Ooh.
Do you know this person? By the way, I didn't even ask.
Yeah, I know him.
Okay.
He's in my Discord.
Okay.
I'm sorry to cut you guys off, but I have to go.
Effina, thank you so much for coming in today. I always love when you come on BTR. And is there anything you want to leave the good people here with as far as what Effina Hyatt is going to be up to?
I've been pretty offline these days. I haven't been on social media much, so I don't know. But I'm wishing you guys luck, and I love you all. I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream.
Thank you, Effina, so much. Please follow Effina on Twitter at EFFFINA. So thank you very much, Effina, for coming in, and have a wonderful rest of your night. And yeah, it is night. Take care.
Have a good night. Take care.
And with that, Aiko Tanaka is in the lead with $142. Where is that TV coming from? Oh, that's Gio. So yes, so 142 smackaroos from Aiko. Thank you guys so much for propping him up. But before that, anything else with Rocket Bronson we gotta go
Yeah,
through?
I'm just getting started.
Oh my god, okay.
So, this person is very public. Very, very outward, very so by the way, above the chart is objective. So I feel like this person is definitely competitive in the public sphere, maybe arguing with people, maybe getting in fights with people, maybe some kind of competition, very competitive. This person definitely has they're definitely very cyclical. So something to say about the Cancer ascendants is even if they're a male, they have an attunement to the cycles of the moon. It's almost like they have like a male period. So that's what this person would have as well. So they could definitely like look at like what moon sign it is, and then they can kind of see like what mood they are in, for example. This person probably feels either under the weight of authority or that they need to be the authority because they got the Saturn in the 10th house. And so they probably see themselves as having to carry a heavy burden professionally or publicly, or carry other people, etc. I would also say that I think that this person might be on, in terms of this person has potential to be pretty successful because they have both the moon and Mars in the 11th house. So that means either they have a lot of friends or they'll get a lot of gains from the career. So I would think that this person probably has a wide social circle. And also, I might think that their wide social circle might be mostly men because it's Moon and Mars in the 11th house. But the other thing I'd say is because the Venus is in the 10th house there, well, and also Saturn, there might have been a lot of pressure from the parents, both the mother and the father. Or they feel like they had to measure up to their parents in some way, since it's all above the horizon like that.
And Rocket Bronson says, damn, you got me down.
Rocket Bronson. And here's the funny thing. I like to say this. It's funny that he calls himself Rocket Bronson. Now, I don't know what the hell Bronson means, but I do know what the word rocket means. And this guy's chart kind of looks like a rocket ship if you look at it. It's all up here. So, and he's got all this Aries stuff. And what is Aries about? It's about taking off. It's about initiating. It's if I was to say what signs has to do with a rocket, well, probably Aries. So because Aries is about thrust. So my question for Rocket Bronson is, in which way do you want to take off? Because you have all this competitive initiating energy, all this rocket ship energy, if you will. So like, where are you pointing this rocket ship? I think that's and also, by the way, so Sagittarius is aiming, and Sagittarius is the 9th house, and you have the ruler of your chart is in the 9th house, and it's a Aries sign. So we have both the thrust of Aries and both the aim of Sagittarius. So like, what is your big aim? That's something that you probably want to think about. And I almost feel like this guy's like a red pill community kind of guy, potentially. Something with men.
Brittany, is that accurate?
He's not too political, but if I had to like pin him on one side or the other, I would say he's probably like center right.
Yeah. So because again, I'm seeing that Sun and Mars in the 11th house. So I'm wondering what gains the men will bring to him, So it might just be more of a masculine field, or it might be quite literally men.
Well, yeah, my Discord, like even right now looking at it, I see they're all in chat. It's all men. and he's in there with them. He's deaf, so you can listen to the stream, but
yeah.
All the
But
men he
but
talks
it's funny, you know, Mr. Man Masculine. So you know, this guy needs. Let me put it this way: this guy needs to cry because he's got that Cancer ascendant, and Cancer is a sign of crying. So it's funny because he has so much masculine in the chart, but he also has so much feminine as well. And like there's like it's almost like they're fighting each other. There's like aggressive feminine, and then this very concentrated masculine. And
sometimes people in my Discord bully him because he says the word nuggies. Because
really,
it's like kind of feminine.
Okay.
And things like that.
I feel like this guy needs a woman to beat the feelings out of him. Like I know that sounds like kind of weird, but like I don't know. Like I feel like a truly sensitive woman's not going to cut it for him. She's not aggressive enough. She's not pointed enough. But he has the capacity to be quite sensitive. However, it's going to take a strong, aggressive woman, a masculine woman, to get it out of him. And I think he would definitely be like, you know, he'd be like a good caretaker. Like there's parts of, like he's very aggressive, or he has like very like this masculine vibes going on, but at the same time, you know, he kind of wants to be like a protector.
When is that going to happen for him based on his chart, would you say?
I think that he will probably have, I think he might go through at least one deep relationship in the next 2 or 3 years. Well, Saturn's in Aquarius. I think he might have even had some relationships stuff going on for him in 2019. So yeah, I'm curious what happens between, you know, 2021 and 2022 with him. And most definitely when he has, again, because he has the Saturn Venus like the other guy did, that's going to be a big deal in terms of the relationship stuff. So when Saturn goes into Aries, I'm curious that'll probably be the biggest event for him, is going to be Saturn in Aries, and he's going to see that. I think that's 2024 or something like that. Yeah, 2025, big deal for July 2025. For the call me in June 2025, because Saturn will be stationing on your moon. So either something's going on with your mother, something's going on with yourself, or something going on with the partner. I think it's a partner because Pluto, by the way, is on your Neptune in the descendant. So that's probably a big awakening there, relationship wise. So oh, by the way, since he paid a lot of money, right? So let's see,
$102, yes.
Let's give him a little, not this one, sorry. Let's give him solar planet.
There we go. You get a little bonus.
Okay, so birthday. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so this year is a lot about himself, and I'd say like maybe stabilizing his finances is one thing. I do think he probably will he'll have a decent year with money this year. He might, what would that say? I think he's gonna like find his bros this year in a way. He's got that Mars and Cancer in the 7th house. Find his family or something like that. I do think he might meet a woman as well this year, because he got that North Node in the 5th house next to Venus and Gemini. Pretty nice. And he's got Sun in there. So I think this could be either a fun year or a romantic year or a new romance, etc. Yeah, so I do think there's some relationship stuff going on for him this year. He might have a shift in his house, like where he lives, or like kind of an upset or a surprise at home. Yeah, so one way I might read this is he needs to learn this year, who like how to better create his identity so he can be a better partner to the girl that he meets this year or the girl that he's already with.
There
and
we
he's
go.
gonna have his ego is gonna be a little bit large this year. Maybe a little bit too large, or maybe he's a little bit overconfident this year.
I'm getting that feeling as well. So right now, let's. I think it's time for us to go to the last one. Aiko, the great Aiko Tanaka. And again, everybody, thank you so much for doing this, submitting all this, and thank you, Brittany, by the way, for being here with us, and I really appreciate it. And one last thing, by the way, with Wong Kar-wai Superfan XOXOXO, he sent me a message earlier, and the message is, hold on, it is thus. 1 second, here it is. Okay, so he said, I'd say the chart is accurate. I given to actually, I wonder, like, is this public? Could I say this publicly? So I don't want to say it if you want it just for Michael. I don't want to, and again, I know you're anonymous, but still, so let me know in the DM as well. But anyway, let's go to Aiko. See, I want to be, I want to be careful when it comes to people and information and stuff like that as much as I can. So there.
Wait, he said it was accurate or inaccurate? What did he say?
Accurate.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't always get it. But
yes,
I do my best. I do my best. I'm here for the people. And by the way, for what it's worth, people in the chat, my chart is very much about service, so I'll probably read all you people until it hurts myself. Yeah. Oh, male. Is it male or female?
Male.
So Aiko.
Male?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is he Japanese or is that just the name?
No, I think he's just weeby.
So... Okay, hold on. Let me just make sure I got this right.
Oh, actually, it is public. So this is what Wong Kar-wai has to say. I'd say the chart is accurate. I give in to women easily. I also tend to reject a lot of people that come my way. I've done shroom trips in Mexico plenty of times. Should I do more? I've had one attempted career in football, and the career is an accountant, and now I'm an engineer. I'm addicted to cigarettes too, LOL. I'd say the reading is pretty spot on in a lot of ways. I really like that he mentioned I'm probably going to make artistic money, put a big smile on my face. Also, I'm not a simp like everyone in the chat was saying, haha.
So wait, he said he was a, hold on. So the cigarette addiction, yeah, that's a Pisces thing because nicotine is a drug. And what he said, he was a wrestler and an accountant? Is that what he said?
He was, let's see, one attempted career in football, and yes, one career as an accountant, and now he's an engineer.
Okay, yeah. So by the way, Leo, because he had a Jupiter in Leo, that's sports. Leo is like showmanship. So that was probably what that was. And then the Saturn was probably that not working out. I'm trying to remember his chart. And then the accounting would have been the Sun, Moon, and Pisces thing going on, because it's in the second house. And then he said he's now an engineer. So I think he was a Capricorn ascendant with a Saturn in Aquarius, and Saturn in Aquarius is pretty good at engineering. So that makes sense.
Excellent.
And he's doing a Saturn return. God damn it. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna
get a special visit.
I'm gonna let that ring. If it rings one more time, I might have to get it. I don't know if it's like Amazon or something.
We'll have another guest for the BTR show.
I don't need whatever that is. But I'm here for Aiko. Okay. So let's see. Okay. All right.
And by the way, this is $142 cumulative dollars for Aiko Tanaka. This is the power of Brittany's group over here.
So hold on. So I just want to be clear. So did Aiko give 140 their own dollars, or other people are contributing?
This is like all combined together.
Okay, so these are people who want to see Aiko be read.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of people want to see him be read.
Okay, and this is, by the way, this is a male.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just.
2,000? Is that correct?
That's what I have. Is that correct or no?
I will check once again. I mean, I don't want this to be. Hold on. Yes, 2000.
Huh. I didn't know he was that young.
Oh boy. Mr. Aiko. Quite a showman, Mr. Aiko. Very loud, very look at me. Very theatrical. Could be sports, like I said. Could be some kind of art or creativity. Some kind of personal expression. There's a lot of fire. A lot of fire going on Mr. Aiko. This person has what we might consider, I mean, it's a little bit wide, but we might consider it to be a grand trine in fire. So we got
a grand what?
A grand trine. So we got 18-degree Aries ascendant. We have 10-degree Pluto, Sagittarius. We have 16-degree Leo and Mars here. So those are, basically it's a big triangle. And whenever you have when you have a big triangle, it means that you have a lot of this going on, and you also have a lot of good luck. So this person is essentially able to be quite powerful as it relates to personal identity and personal expression, and maybe other people's money. Wait a second. Did other people just give him money?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. He's got a grand trine, and one of those planets is in the 8th house, which is other people's money. So he's able to attract other people's money. And very interesting. That is weird. But the other thing is he's got this what we call a T-square. So we have a Jupiter opposite Pluto, and both of them are in square to his Sun and Mercury in Virgo, which means that they're under tremendous stress. So this person's like extra Virgo. So someone who's extra Virgo, and especially, by the way, if they're very like public like he is, or maybe expressive, I feel like he like does a lot of takedowns of people. Maybe he's like, that person sucks because they're whatever, and this person has like shitty clothes and something like that. Like they're definitely like really good at noticing the details of people, and they're very particular. So this person might be extra particular, like annoyingly particular.
And he also says in the chat, I'm an artist, paint all the time. I love all forms of art.
Yeah. So that would be his grand trine of fire with the Mars and Leo. I mentioned the personal expression stuff going on. By the way, something I would also say about him, it's almost like he has like good luck and bad luck with money. I don't know if that makes sense, but on one hand, people give him a lot of money, but on the other hand, maybe he wastes it, or maybe it's not enough, or maybe he has to do stuff with, like, he has like he's like on what, like he has like, yeah, like he both has like he tries to like be mature with the good luck of money, or maybe he needs to be better with money, but at the same time money keeps coming to him. So this guy probably, I would say he's, well, first off, I would say that he's I was going to say he's attractive to like a submissive woman in this case, because of the Venus in Virgo on one hand, and it's in the 6th house, but also like a very dramatic woman because of Moon in Leo. So
if you want to confirm if that's true, Laney, the first girl you did, her chart, they're a couple. So if you want to like compare contrast, you can.
Hold on. So Laney, the one I did the long reading on, right?
The first one, I think.
Yeah.
Laney.
So she is a Cancer, and he has Moon in the Cancer house.
There you go.
Yeah. So and I'm trying to remember what was going. Oh, she has Sun in the 6th house, and he has Venus in the 6th house. So she has like a Virgo-ish Sun, and he has a woman who is Virgo-ish. So there's that going on. What else? So yeah. So when the Venus is in Virgo, like, well, first off, that means that they're going to like relationships that are more secure. I think Laney was definitely on the more secure side with the Cancer and the Saturn going on. And yeah, so this person probably is very particular about either their craft or their creativity. I would say, not knowing this person's like, I mean, they're saying they're an artist and stuff, but I have a feeling like they're probably really technical. They're like the like the lines, like they're probably good at drawing lines that are like really fine lines. This person is definitely has a masculine exterior, and is ready to go, is ready to do sports, is like maybe a little bit of locker room talk kind of guy going on over here, with that Aries ascendant. Huh?
Whore.
So maybe that you could say he thinks that people should be like, he's more particular, like he wants people to be strong. So with Aries ascendant, you're gonna want someone to, like, they're gonna have a preference for people who are like more like, they don't really like weak people as much. So like the person who has an Aries ascendant sees like the world as a war zone and thinks like you have to man up, for lack of a better word. So he definitely has some of that going on. Money is a huge deal in this chart. I mean, whether it's other people's money or his own money, or like what is going on with the money here.
Brittany, do you know any details regarding the money? Anything that wasn't mentioned so far?
No.
So you could say either his money and the other person's money. Like which money is his money, which person's the other person's money. Whether is that the client's money, is it maybe investments, what do these value, real estate, anything like that. Maybe, okay, definitely wants to have a family. North Node in Cancer in the 4th house. So this is someone who possibly feels like their default position is to be professional and like do their work, whatever, but like their long-term aim is to have a family. And definitely to have a woman in the home, like to have a mother there, because North Node in Cancer and Moon in Leo in the 4th house. So definitely to have some female energy going on at home.
Laney says $2 US, so I'm actually a Pisces. And then Cyber Ninja Zero for $0, he just says over here, Aiko is always horny and Laney is never horny. Therefore, we conclude our boy is suffering from severe, I guess the word he want to say here is pussy withdrawals. Or I don't know what the exact word here would be, but...
Who's actually a Pisces?
His girl, Laney.
But didn't I read her in the beginning and she was a Cancer? So did someone give me the wrong chart or something? I'm confused.
Yeah, did someone lie? What's going on?
Yeah.
Brittany.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because Laney reads traditional, but
no, but she was I think she was a Cancer, no? Unless I'm thinking of someone.
I think she is. I
Yeah,
recall
so
saying something about her being round because Cancers are round. I think maybe I'm confusing her with someone else though.
So just like that photo with the dinosaurs trying to have sex, someone is lying. Well, let's see over here. So hers is March.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. Laney, that's not the person I'm thinking about. Sorry. Who was the like in the very beginning?
Hold on, let me scroll up here so I'll see who.
No, we had
Laney, Hixson Hammer, then Cell Block 10.
No, not the paid. What was her name? Not the paid person.
Effina.
Effina was a Cancer. Yeah. Sorry. Laney, that's a different chart. I'm sorry.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I forgot her sun sign.
Yeah,
I knew it was water, but...
Oh yeah, that was like the Super Pisces one, with the Venus Pisces and the Mars Pisces and all that stuff.
You have to redo the compatibility all over again.
Yeah, sorry.
So her husband, so basically, not her husband, her boyfriend, basically would be a good match with Effina.
Well, okay. Well, I do want to. Okay, let's do this for a second. Let's fucking slow down because now I'm confused. Okay, so let's do this. All right, so let me put this the Laney here. Okay, so this is Laney, March 7th. Okay, March 15th. Oh shit, what was? Do you know? Lev, do you remember what? Oh, there was, yeah. Okay, 2000. There's actually something I do want now. There's actually something I do want to point out about these charts. Actually, now if you think about it, it's just pretty cool.
How did you not remember Effina? I was just thinking about that. Like,
you know what happens
what's that
with
girl's
these?
name? She was on the screen the whole time. Is she that forgettable?
I know. You know, first off, I'm really bad at names, and second, when you throw at me like 20 people at once, I just completely blank out.
I was
especially on live stream.
Yeah, I was actually thinking myself a few minutes ago, like, how is he keeping track of all these people? Like, because he doesn't actually know them. Like, I know them, but you don't. So if it were me in your position, I would not.
Oh, sorry, Lev. Can you? What was it? Do you remember the time for Laney? Can we say that?
1:49 a.m.
Okay. All right. Yep, I remember this chart now. Okay, so let's go back. All right.
That's so cool that you could just remember whole ass charts.
Okay,
like photographic memory.
This is what's really cool about the Aiko Laney combination. Now we can see astrology in action. So these people, you know, like I said, or you know, they didn't choose each other based on astrology, right? So this is like, okay, so it's a totally organic match in the real world. So check this out. So Laney has 4 degrees Pisces, and Aiko is Sun 4 degrees Virgo, which is the exact opposite sign.
Oh,
exact
wow.
Opposite degree. And by the way, she has Mercury there as well. So this is double opposite on the sun. And then she has Sun 26 degrees Pisces, and he has Venus in 25 degrees Virgos with the exact opposite sign. Again, off by 1 degree. So there's exact duality with them. And by the way, Pisces is like being of service with your energy, and then Virgo is like being of service with your skills, like tangible skills. So yeah, so because like say like so like for example, like a doctor is very Virgo, insofar as they're like being of service with their doctor skills, but it's more about, whereas with someone with a Virgo, it's like their entire body is of service. So it's like two sides of the same coin. And Pisces was water, and Virgo is earth. So water basically turns earth into mud. So someone who's too earthy is like kind of stuck, and someone who's water kind of like lubricates them, if you will. But earth and water go pretty well. And what else was going on? So he has all this Leo stuff. Oh, and look at this, even better. The ruler of his chart is Mars in Leo at 16 degrees Leo. And Laney, and by the way, in a woman's chart, the moon is more prominent than the sun. Her moon is 19 degrees Leo. It's only 3 degrees off. This is a pretty strong combination.
Power couple.
There's a pretty strong bond here, for sure. And by the way, she has Mars in Aries, 25 degrees. And his ascendant is 18 degrees Aries. So that means like when she thinks of what a man is, she kind of thinks of him.
Wow, that's so romantic.
Yeah. So pretty tight couple here.
That's so cute.
And here's even cool. So Laney's north node, which is like her destiny point, is at 2 degrees Leo. And Aiko has a moon at 1 degree Leo. So it's almost like her destiny is to be his woman. That's one way to read that.
Aww. He said fuck yeah in the Discord chat.
Fuck yeah.
Very
strong.
We were a power couple, he said.
Very strong Pisces Virgo going on. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it's pretty. It's as exact as you're gonna get. Anyway, let me go back to reading Aiko. No, sorry that.
Oh, and by the way, while you're going back to reading Aiko, I want to do a quick plug. We are going to have the Left Stream art stream this coming Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, with Conscious Karakal, who is living in South Africa. So if you want to find out what exactly is going on right now with South Africa, this is the stream for you. There's a lot of shit that's going on there right now. So be sure to watch it. I draw my NFTs during the stream, so be sure to tune in, watch me draw, tune into the conversation. Left Stream, youtube.com/Lev Polyakov. Or you could just click the link that I just sent right now. So anyway, Michael, go for it.
Yeah. So I would not get an argument with this Aiko person regarding the facts. This person will correct you. In fact, I think this person will overcorrect you to an almost annoying degree because there's so much tension on that Mercury, that Virgo stuff going on. Perhaps this person. Oh, think of it this way. This is why he needs the Pisces woman, because he's so focused on the details, and his Pisces girlfriend can see the big picture. So he's going to get so drilled down in like, pixel 1.273 whatever XY coordinate, and with the Pisces around, she is able to kind of be the vision for his specific skills. I do think that maybe he parties a bit. Maybe he likes to party at home, possibly, or maybe his girlfriend likes to party at home.
I would say she likes to party at home.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah, he
both,
probably
though.
likes house parties. That's what I want to say. He likes house parties. So, okay, yeah. What about? Yeah. What's going on in his career? Because it's definitely been under change recently. Oh, and I would also say the pandemic probably hit him pretty hard in some way, in like maybe professionally.
Yeah, let's see if that's accurate. So
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah,
He
let
said,
us know.
Hell yeah, I party at home. Also, she does. And
Even
with
better.
vodka.
And
Which
what
you
about
mentioned the alcoholism earlier.
What about the career change stuff going on? Or was there a recent career change? Or maybe did a career change start happening around the pandemic?
He is typing. He
And
said in the 3 a.m. That's our Discord channel. He's talking about staying up late in the Discord partying. He's typing. The pandemic actually didn't help, he says.
Well, not that it helped, but it made
Oh,
did it make him let go of something? Maybe like he was like fucked his job in some way and like took a different job, or maybe he was like, you know what, now I'm gonna change my job so I could work from home or something like that.
He said he got like $3,000 out of it, like as in a good thing.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't reconsider like the direction of his life, is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, let's see if that's true.
And JB sent $10 right now with the loudspeaker emoji. Not exactly sure what that means, but there we go.
That means listen to me.
She said Laney said college.
No, I mean this is for Aiko that I'm asking about any kind of career change.
But she's answering for him because they live together.
Oh, he started going to college?
She said he moved at the start of the pandemic across the country.
Okay, that's good. That sounds good. Okay, and then what happened when he moved across the country?
Let's see.
And also, people subscribe, keep subscribing. We got to get those numbers up. I mean, already, like, beggars can't be choosers. I just want to say, I mean, I'm incredibly enthralled by the amount of money that was sent here today. This is incredible, and I really appreciate it because we do need all of this to grow. Patreon.com/breaktherules as well. A lot of awards, which I'm going to talk about at the exact end of the stream. But anyway.
He said, I went from Atlanta to somewhere else. And then Laney's typing. She said not much.
Okay.
But he had to get a new job.
Okay, yeah. So he had to get a new job. That's what I'm asking,
yeah,
basically.
Because a few months he couldn't find work.
Okay, so what kind of new job did he get?
Bakery at a grocery store.
Oh, by the way, Virgo is pretty good with food because Virgo's digestion.
Oh.
Yeah, and also Moon has to do with digestion as well. So, By
the way, unrelated but kind of related. In my chart, what type of guy do you think would be good for me? Like as you're going through this, it made me think of that. Like, I wonder, like, well,
I think
what
you're
would
both,
I be attracted to?
I think you're both attracted to a guy who is very objective and very like robotic, but you're also attracted to a guy who's very feely, but only to the point that you start getting annoyed by it. So if you meet a really feely guy, you'd be like, oh man, this is like, wow, like I've never felt this way. But then when you actually like sit with that guy long enough, you get really fucking annoyed. And you're like, this sucks.
That actually sounds about right. I like both, like
yeah,
a combo.
Yeah, but maybe, yeah. So if you could find a guy who has a little bit about the robotic side, but also the feely side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, robot feels. But yeah, he should definitely be a guy that could hold his own. You can't really be with like a trad guy. He's got to be bold. Like he's got to be like pretty disagreeable himself.
And by the way, to Fukuoka Flight 12, who's talking about it, look, you may be right about your interpretation that all this is satanic or whatever you want to say, but in the grand scheme of things, we're like this one planet in an entire galaxy, an entire universe, where I think there are frameworks that intelligent beings end up figuring out, like how certain things work, much like people figured out how to use weaponry or how to make tools. So this is just another kind of tool. It's a question, I guess, more of, do we trust humanity? Do we trust people using these and not abusing these? I think that would be the better way of saying it. I don't know, Michael, would you think that astrology can also be used for evil, darkness, we said before that it could be used in finance.
Hold on, I'm looking up this. There's this quote by Nikola Tesla that I saw. It was like, the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in one decade than in all of the previous centuries of its existence. It's a quote from Nikola Tesla. And again, I'm shouting propaganda here. Read this book, The Science Delusion. Rupert Sheldrake, he's the guy.
He was also a guest at the National Arts Club, where I am the chair of the Art and Technology Committee. And Brittany Venti was there. Brittany, what did you think of the National Arts Club?
Oh, it was really aesthetic. We had all the statues that people come over,
Yes.
Fancy, vintage looking, I guess would be the word.
I guess the important point that Rupert Sheldrake raises is that there's a certain materialistic dogma to science. So if you apply the scientific method itself to science, essentially we find holes in our existing structures of science. So basically science goes around and beats people over the head that they know what the universe is when it actually has no fucking idea. We have no idea
Yeah, I think it helps. Like this sort of stuff helps kind of make it so people can understand it from our perspective. So we can understand it because we're like not 900 IQ. We're still kind of close to apes IQ wise.
So
like we're far away enough to where we have cool things, but like not far away enough. Period.
Or you
Yeah.
could say apes are further away from us if we take the more human-centric view of this entire universe being done for the sake of people who acknowledge themselves being within it. You know what I mean? Like, the idea that this is all made for the sake of experiencing it, as opposed to just being something that, doesn't have consciousness and is just part of this whole thing without being aware of it.
But the short answer is we have no idea. Now, if we exhaust all of scientific investigation and we are able to confirm that this is just a nihilistic mass and there's no meaning and whatever, then okay, fine. But at this point, the short answer is we have no idea what consciousness is, and we have no idea what the universe is. So, astrology is a phenomenon, which is like, why is this working? It doesn't make sense why it would work. But I think, essentially what I've been saying is, what's the harm in leaning into it and seeing how far we can get with it,
Yeah. By the way, earlier, did you say that I need a man who's disagreeable? Like they're not an agreeable person?
Hold on, let me, Lev, you stopped my sharing.
Sorry about that. Yes, share the screen again one more time.
If you want me to be talking about Aiko, I don't know.
Yes. Well, I wasn't sure if you were finished with Aiko or not, so let's put it up one more time. Go for it.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm not sharing. I just want to do a quick look at Brittany's chart. So let me just don't share my screen.
Okay.
Let me just I don't know if I saved it. Maybe I didn't save it. I didn't save it. Yeah, it's not in the recently used. Whatever. Trying to remember what the hell her Mars was. Oh, no. Wait, no. I forgot. I gotta put it back in. But I mean, I guess just remembering what the rest of the chart is, yeah, you need a guy that has like that's able to give you the right amount of space for you to be your own person, and then also so that you can continue to be like. The problem would be like if you're out there being all disagreeable and like this is what I think and stuff, and he's like a soft rag, that's going to be a problem. So you need someone that you're able to speak to the top of your intelligence with, especially with air signs. Like you got to be able to use your intelligence with them. So the person should definitely be a little bit quirky, a little bit weird. Maybe it has like kind of like a high IQ, basically. So yeah.
So that rules out everyone in chat, right?
Yeah, if you guys want to get with Brittany, I would say something very weird, but which is also very clever at the same time, but in like very true.
Yeah, I think I agree. I need someone high IQ with big dick energy, but also isn't a sociopath and has some feelings and can be, as in specifically that they are empathetic. I think that's appealing. So I was just curious how that overlaid with what my nature says.
Maybe. By the way, how shallow are you? I was gonna say with all that stuff, you might be shallow in terms of like you want like the physical aspect of the guy, like he's got a nice body.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so maybe he's going to the gym a lot, something like that. Anyway, we back on gonna do the share screen.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so we were back on the Aiko. I don't know if Aiko had any more questions or comments. So definitely put them in there if he has them. Like I said, I did think that was a really great match with what was her name? Laney. That was such a great duality that they have. It's definitely I think essentially the prime directive for him is personal expression with the auxiliary being I know how to do it. So like the leading foot is he wants to do some kind of artistic thing or sport, etc. And then followed by he's able to learn every aspect of that field. So for example, if he was an engineer, he might be an engineer, but then also he's able to get in the weeds and like figure out everything about how to be an engineer. If he said he was in a bakery, well, he's able to, being able to bake a certain cake is an expression, it's an art, a piece of art, but he's also able to know how to like read the ingredients and read the instructions and
Yeah. I
uh
see what you mean.
but he also needs a certain degree of action in his life. With that Aries ascendant, he's got to have action. He's
He asked,
he-
will I make art that lots of people see?
can he make art about like action oriented art? Like maybe
That's a good suggestion.
yeah, like I wonder like if you like made art of like people fighting each other or something.
Does he make any art of moths by any chance?
I'm not sure.
But I think that he definitely wants to be the warrior and he wants the other person to be the diplomat. So he wants to be the person who takes the first move. And he wants the other person, like, he has no problem being selfish. And then the other person should help him be unselfish or like consider the other person.
I can fix him. He said, yes, I can and will.
But yeah, I guess
plan
that
on making manga one day, he says.
manga, what is that?
Japanese comics.
Yeah, that would definitely be good. And also anyone who has a lot of Virgo has the patience to like draw these very intricate drawings. So yeah, at this point I would ask if he has any other questions.
All right. He's
Oh,
typing.
hold on, did I do, let me see if I did a solar return.
He said he doesn't have any more questions.
Excellent. Well, with that concludes all the people who we had the astrology readings done of, and I am really appreciative of everybody putting in all the money to this. You guys are going to help us grow, and without your help, we really can't do this, so I really appreciate it. And one last thing before we go is Patreon. All right, patreon.com/breaktherules. When you become a patron, you are going to get access for the $5 tier to our super secret Discord areas. You are also going to get the ability to post images inside of that little Discord chat window that I'm actually going to bring up since I got rid of it here for a second. And you are also going to get all the MP3 audios before anybody else does as well. So these are great perks, but we're not done yet. For $20, you are going to get a wooden magnet created by my father, Alexander Polyakov. It is a very high-quality magnet. It is an absolute masterpiece. And last time, kind of like the magnet of the week or month was Definitely Legit. Definitely Legit was recently given to a wonderful dude who I got a chance to meet with last time in the city with Michael. So Michael, you remember this man. We had a chance to meet up yesterday, and did you like the Mexican food, by the way?
Oh, it was great.
And the guy's name is Cool Man, aka Dick Pilly Borg 7. That is his Twitter handle, so I just want to give him a shout out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm going to post it right in the BTR chat. Here we are. All right, this is the guy. This is the man who now has... Hold on, why is this not scrolling? Here we go. Hold on, why... Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. I am going to post the right link in just a second. Here we go. Dick Pillborg. Here it is. Right here. This is the man. So subscribe to this guy. He only has 716 followers. He needs more. So... let me just post one more thing from him, which is the Definitely Legit magnet picture that he took of his fridge. So if you guys get the magnets, put them on your fridge. We would definitely appreciate it. This is the photo of his magnet, his beautiful Definitely Legit dog magnet. Hold on, here it is. So look at this dog. Brittany, do you see this this dog over here? Wouldn't you want to have something like this on your fridge?
If I was more autistic, yeah.
There we go. Well, we rely on all kinds of people, including the autistic people, to have to buy patronages to support us. And Brittany, I'm even thinking of having another series of magnets based on a moth related to Brittany Venti, a wooden moth magnet. So I'm sure that all the people who are into moths just like you would associate that moth with you and would become patrons. Patreon.com/breaktherules. I think that is definitely going to be a new design, after Definitely Legit, the new design of the magnets that we're going to put out for anybody who wants to become a patron for $20. For $30, you are also on top of that going to get a print from the great Giovanni Pennacchietti. It is a very beautiful print. Here you could see the progress of Gio creating this print, and it is a work of art that is going to be yours if you become a $30 patron. And for $50, you are going to get all of the above plus a custom magnet. Whatever design you want, within reason, you are going to get it, and you are going to enjoy having this design on your fridge. And let's see what else. Jules Hamilton's beautiful Warhammer 40k figures, and another painting from Gio in the Bob Ross style. So all of that becomes yours when you become a patron of Break the Rules, and we are also going to have exclusive patron-only streams as well. So stick around for that. You're going to get to know all of us a lot better as the months go on, and we're going to be growing thanks to your help and thanks to the energy that all of you people are exuding. So thank you so much once again. Brittany, thank you so much for being here, and thank your cat as well for giving you some extra energy over there.
Thanks, Rain. She said kiss her ass.
And Michael Scotto, I'm going to post your email, which I have in the description as well, but that way people are going to be able to get in touch with you. And you are going to do the fortunes or star charts or however you call it of the rest of the people as well who unfortunately did not get a chance to get their fortune told today, but you are going to be in touch and we're going to make it happen. This is Michael's email. Obviously it is, I'm writing it in this way so that the spammers don't get it, but I'm sure you guys are going to be able to figure it out. scottomj@gmail.com. There we go. So again, everybody, subscribe. We are very, very close to 5,000 subscribers. It is this much. It is happening. So with your help, we can grow. And just again, thank you very much for watching. So that's it. That is the end of the show. Thank you all again. Bye-bye. Good night, everybody.